Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. It is Tuesday night, and we have a packed house. What's going on, everybody? I just said that. It's Tuesday night. I was about to repeat myself, because, you know.
Oh, I thought we had like a ginormous echo. That's like...
Well,
more like a tape delay. No.
Right? Well,
Yeah.
It's the NLG show, and as usual, we have no idea where the hell Chris is. So,
Yeah, we asked him to blink, but we didn't see anything. So.
Yes, he's stuck waving to us.
He's stuck in traffic.
He's stuck in trap, right? He's probably sleeping. And he's trying to pop his head off the couch and go, "Oh crap! It's time for the show."
Yeah.
He's green. I'm gonna try calling him again because he is green on Skype. Oh,
Probably set it up, then took a nap.
yeah, probably.
He's like, I'll hear it.
Driz has found the membership icons, which reminds me, I think we have enough members now to add a new icon.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to the wonderful philanthropy and generosity of DragonHeartYOBY, who gifted 20. He gifted 20 members on one of my streams last week, and 13 of them.
So awesome.
Yeah, I know. And 13 of them accepted them. Oh. All right, well, while we're waiting on Chris, we got some great guests tonight. We've got a great show. There might be a little ranting going on tonight by a whole bunch of us, because it is.
We don't rant, do we?
Well,
We just rave.
that's right, we rave.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to have a negative view of things. It's sad. So sad.
No. Go back to your happy place, Myke.
I know.
Happy place.
Teddy bears and rainbows.
Yes. But what a great show we've got. What two great guests we've got tonight. To my right, your left, I think. I'm not sure how it looks on the screen, but
This way. That way.
this way, this way. Over here, this way.
That way. No, that way.
That way.
This
To the
way.
right.
To the right. To the right. To the right. Making
To
his
your right.
return. To making his return. His quick return to the NLG show. It is Sir X-Man. What's going on, X?
X-Man is muted.
No. I just want to wait to see how long before he figures that one out.
Oh, oops, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm human. I make mistakes. Sorry. At least I'm not a Cylon.
This
Let's
is true.
go.
This is true. How you doing, Brother X?
Hey, I'm still here.
Well, but you're
It's still here. I guess
but now
that's a good thing, right?
But you're here. with us tonight,
You're here.
hanging out.
Yeah.
So-
I'm in good company.
Yes, you are, and as are we. So, and then all the way over to the left, that side, he is the man, the iconic video games podcast host, part of the Gamers United Guild, and the foremost expert on Halo. It's Axel1324. What's going on, Axel?
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for letting me in, Mike. Like I said, I just came back from vacation. I felt like I needed to get behind the mic, and I reached out to Myke to let me get behind this microphone. So, thank you so much. I can't wait to talk about this stuff.
You both know. See, this is what I love about the both of you. We always say, Peter, Chris, and I always say, when you come on our show, you become an open invite guest. You don't have to wait for us to ask you to come on. If you're available and you want to hop on with us, you just say, hey, Myke, hey, Peter, hey, Chris, you got room for me tonight. X did it a couple nights ago when I was streaming, and Axel, you reached out to me, and the answer is always
And we go
yes.
into Discord, and it's like the thumbs are going like, yes, of course.
Always
Are
had to
you
wait.
sure that's safe with me around?
Well, you passed the first round, so you're good so far.
We did invite you back, so
Yeah.
So that's right. You had a good first show with us with Brother Ham on. So
Ham's my buddy.
Ham's a good man. He just does he when does he not stream? Because it seems like he has a show every day now.
Every day.
Every day. I look up and I'm like,
Yeah, here's a show while I'm at
Mondays,
at work or working, and that's nice.
Sundays,
I'm
and
just
Sundays,
listening to
and-
it like
Mondays,
chill.
Sundays.
no,
and
it's
Mondays.
it's more than that. He does Thursdays. I think I saw him do a Saturday.
he had one today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I knew he was
Yeah.
on today. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Normally he's always on, except for this week. He normally on with us with GRG on Fridays. Also,
Oh.
after coming from another podcast.
I don't know how y'all do it. I can do a podcast like I did Retro Roots last night with Geekstorian, Brother Nick, and Retro Advisory Board, Panda Sub, and Mr. Matthews. And then I do this. And every once in a while, someone asks me to come on another show during the week, but I can't do these, like go from bar hopping. That's an impossibility.
Myke,
So-
you did Hi-Fi Rush every day for the past 2 weeks. Come on.
I didn't do it every day. I played on Thursday.
pretty
I played
much.
I played on Thursday. I played on Friday, and then I had to get it done because somebody, not here.
I remember.
Somebody lied to me.
You said
Sensei.
you're 2 bosses away. I remember.
No, I was getting to Corsica, and I hadn't gotten to Corsica yet. And Sensei said, "Oh, you're almost done. You're close to being done." I'm like, "All right." So I get done with Corsica. Yobi comes on, and he's like, "Dude, you're not finishing this tonight." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said,
You stoked the fire.
You have three bosses left. I'm like, are you kidding? So I had to finish it. Sunday night after TXR, I was like, nah, this is happening. So I did get it done.
Yeah,
I
but
got
the
it
week,
done.
but the week before that, you were on almost every day playing Hi-Fi Rush, dude.
I was hooked up.
Every time I saw you, it kept saying, "Myke, logged in Hi-Fi Rush. Myke, logged in Hi-Fi Rush." Next day, Myke, logged in Hi-Fi Rush. I'm like, Jesus, son. The only time you stopped is when you had a date night with the wife.
That's a good point.
And then after that, you came back and played Hi-Fi Rush.
I kind of like the game. So.
Yeah, so you can't act like you couldn't do a podcast at least 3 times a week if you didn't want to, because your shows were pretty much like a podcast. You were asking questions.
Well, because I like to. Okay.
Come on.
Defend your gaming self from Mike.
Right. How the hell did this happen?
When Mike feels lonely, he streams.
No,
And
seriously.
he talked about topics in his stream.
Yeah.
Well, because people bring stuff up. See, I'm not the kind of guy that, like, I don't stream. I stream to entertain, but I don't stream specifically to just entertain people. I stream to get people into the chat to interact with. I get people in. I want to talk to people. I want to hang out. I want to. I don't want people to come in and just act like and just feel like they're just watching me play. I want to be part. I want them to be part of what I'm doing and have fun and stuff. So if somebody asks a question, I'm gonna answer. If I have something on my mind, I'm gonna clear my throat.
It makes it less boring, doesn't it?
So.
It's
Axel, how you
AMA
doing?
on NLG. Ask Mike anything.
Let me turn the volume on this Xbox down.
That's right. Peter does it too. When Peter's streaming, he always checks chat.
I try.
No, that's what I like about what we do.
Oh, what happened?
Speaking of the chat, we got a live chat tonight already. Geekstorian, who was reminding us that we're late, which of course still can't find Chris. I'm gonna try calling him again. I'm telling you, he's asleep.
Yeah.
Lady Ventress, Sister Ventress is here. Brother Driz, one of the members that Yobi gifted membership to, is here.
Awesome.
Brother Sean is in the house. Brother Sean, who hooked me into a new Atari VCS game coming that looks a bit like Streets of Rage. Thanks to Ballistic Boy, who we are going to get on this show one day as well to talk some Atari VCS. Mega Myke, my nephew Mega Myke is here. My somewhat fake but real nephew, but not really. But gaming. My gaming nephew Mega Myke is here.
A nephew 1,000 times
twice removed on
something.
his mother's side.
Right. The Dragon Kill, welcome back. Dragon Kill came in and hung out in one of my high def streams, hi-fi rough streams, and it's good to see you. Good to see you hanging out in the chat. He's playing Fortnite tonight. And by the way, Brother Nick, I'm going to swap out. I'll get it done before the weekend, I hope. I'm going to swap out your Geekstorian logo with the Geeks with Cash logo because I know that you're moving. So Geeks with Cash, that channel is kind of phasing out in favor of Geekstorian. Retro Roots, which is him and I, and unfortunately not Mr. Matthews anymore. He decided to hang it up for a bit. Him and I and a player to be named later go on every other Monday on Geekstorian's channel. And by the way, the Geekstorian channel has some dynamite, really cool videos. Please go check them out. Yago is here. Just creeping in the background. Creep. So, and I think that's it for now. We'll catch everybody else as they come in. So, Axel, how you doing, brother? How's things going over there in the land of iconic video games podcast Fridays?
They're on pause for the moment. I missed last week's. We didn't have an episode last week because obviously I was on vacation. I was out of the country, so couldn't do it. No way I could do it with the internet where I was at. Man, you couldn't even get Twitter to update right.
Where were you?
That's how bad the internet was.
Where'd you go?
I don't think Twitter is a good benchmark for anything, but okay.
It's just text, and it couldn't load. So yeah, that's my benchmark. So I took my Nintendo 3DS with me, and I'm finishing Chrono Trigger, right? Ooh. And I played so much Chrono Trigger last week, trying to get through it. Next thing I know, I'm like 25 hours in. I don't know how close I am to the end or not. I'm just enjoying the game. It's pretty good. So that's what I did. So I'll on Iconic, we'd like to talk about the games we're playing, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm playing Chrono Trigger, the old SNES game. Yeah, but on my 3DS. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, the Iconic Video Games podcast is coming back this week. And actually, maybe I should. I haven't announced anything yet. Let me see here. Probably the week of the 24th. Friday the 24th.
We're breaking some
We'll be having a
news?
new, our next guest, or at least my next scheduled guest on Friday the 24th.
Ooh.
And hopefully everybody comes out and checks out our guest. I'll announce it more as we get closer, but I'm very excited to have this guest on.
Can you give us a hint? Now you got me all excited.
Well, the guest is no one famous. It's just I'm excited to have the. I should rephrase that. I'm excited to have this guest on.
Okay.
So
fair
yeah,
enough.
She's been on the show before, but kind of not predominantly. So I'm very excited for this guest.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. And of course, the Iconic Video Games podcast, 8 o'clock on Fridays, which of course I can almost never do because, you know, the damn religion gets in the way. But it is
Sometimes it's okay to sin, Myke.
especially when you start talking about Sega and Sega Saturn. Then I can sin.
Sega!
That's right.
So, and of course, the Iconic Video Games podcast. That link is also down below in the description. Member of the Gamers United Guild, and also has brother Doggy Duck and sister Princess Zelda. So
That's right.
what a great show! It's great because I always do watch it afterwards, because I love to watch. I love just to watch just the banter. It is the chemistry you guys have is amazing, just amazing.
Yeah, Doggy and Princess Zelda and I, we definitely hit it off the ground there. I really enjoy it because, you know, when I was starting Iconic, I just wanted I was looking for personalities.
You got them.
And little did I know how great of personalities those two would be, and how great they are. I just can't say enough good things about them.
Axel is
They're both
secretly
Great
announcing.
show. I always feel bad that I always miss the first half hour.
You're lucky I have to leave an hour into his show because I have to go to GRG.
Man, just cancel that show.
Are you out of your damn mind?
You have
You know
three.
me,
Hold
can't take a
on,
fool.
X. Don't you have 3 screens and all that nonsense?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be voicing on 2 different podcasts, dude.
Dude, you could
I
do
have to
that.
monitor his Mega stream on one and then have the Discord on the other. Then, you know, other stuff in the background. Come on, I'm doing. Come on.
You know, if K Mega used OBS and Skype and you could pin it, that's 1 monitor. Now you got 2 monitors.
OBS.
Got a second monitor for Axel's show and then a 3rd monitor for your Discord.
I had
I'm
a
just-
4th monitor,
I'm just
but I switched it with somebody, and it was a nice monitor too. But I switched it with somebody for a purple Xbox S. You know, the newer Xbox S?
the
I
Series
switched
S.
it with somebody. Yeah, they had a purple one that they didn't use, so they switched it with me. And I
I
was
didn't know
like,
they came in colors.
yeah,
not know that either.
not the Series X, but the new Xbox design, but it was a purple one. I had to have it.
Are you talking about an Xbox Series S or an Xbox One S?
Xbox One S,
Okay.
and it was purple.
Okay.
I had to have it.
The Fortnite one. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I get
all
it.
right, that's different. I'm sitting there trying to look up a purple Series S. I'm like, there's no such thing.
No, it was a purple. Oh my
1S.
God, One S. Yeah, I can't get it out because I'm so not used to saying One S.
So
the
X-Man's over
Xbox
here with
S.
all his monitors giving himself cancer early.
Oh my goodness.
At least
Oh,
they don't
well,
still
you
Turn
gotta
the
support
brightness
Connect.
up. Turn the brightness up.
You gotta die from something.
Gotta die from something.
May
Might
as
as well be from watching
multiple-
podcasts, right?
Right.
Right?
All right.
On them from time. Like I said, the only regular show I do is GRG, man. Every now and then I'll pop in Xbox 448 show, but GRG is my home.
Yep. And I mean, once in a while you popped in Noofs as well.
Oh yeah, I used to be regular on News, but
Yep.
my schedule didn't allow it. But I had an injury that took me out of work for a minute. Can't really talk about it, but that's why I'm able to be on now.
There you go. And of course, the occasional time you can be on here. So.
Yep, I could be on anybody's show anytime now for a while.
Well, there you go. So, it's not Princess Zelda. And
No, I think it's that beautiful, magnificent person called Phasma. That's who I think it's gonna be.
Phasma is wonderful and beautiful
Yes,
and amazing
she
and talented,
is.
but no, Phasma is every now and again because her Friday schedule is just chaotic. But we do love having Phasma on iconic video games all the time.
Yeah, she's amazing. She really is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next.
Peter, what's going on,
Yeah.
man? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah? What you been
Playing
up
a
to?
ton of Hogwarts Legacy. I'm
War-
breeding animals, so
Warthog's
I'm
Legacy?
a little. Huh?
Warthog's Legacy?
What? Warthogs.
Warthog's Legacy, that's right.
No. Breeding animals?
No,
What?
but yeah, so I'm breeding animals now.
Oh, I
have
thought
like,
you were playing that John Travolta game, Wild Hogs Legacy. I'm sorry.
Wild
Yeah,
Hogs.
maybe they're breeding too. I don't know.
Oh my.
But yeah, so I have like a little baby unicorns and a bunch of other crazy animals.
All right.
So that's my jam. When I played a little bit, one night I played SnowRunner with I brought a crazy one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah?
That game never disappoints.
People
We
really
just
like that
started,
SnowRunner game.
started season 3. Now we're at now we're in Canada. I forgot exactly where. Maybe it was Ontario. I'm not sure. But the were wildfires, and now you have fire trucks and other stuff. So sounds interesting.
It does. That one's not in Game Pass, right?
I think the base game is, or at least was. I think it might still be.
Is it? Let me
Okay.
see.
SnowRunner. Yeah.
GamePassCountry.com. Best website ever for Game Pass. Let's see. Console games.
I
What is it
saw
called?
I
SnowRunner?
saw it the other
SnowRunner.
day. It was in there. I saw it the other day.
Are you sure you saw what you saw with your eyes?
With your own 2 eyes?
It is on
I
there.
can see
All right.
sometimes.
Okay.
It
I've
is
been
on there.
hooked.
Huh.
I've been hooked on No Man's Sky when I get a chance to play. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, No Man's Sky.
I'm mad at No Man's Sky because I went to this planet to repair a ship, right, that I had found shipwrecked, right? I didn't know if I repair this ship and accept to repair the ship, that I lose the ship that I was working on in the first place. I was pissed off. And I didn't even save it before then. Now I'm in this raggedy ship. Now I got to figure out how to get hyperspace when I was almost there in the other ship all over again. That sucked.
I remember playing that game, and each planet you ended up was like, acid rain and other stuff. It was like, biggest
Oh,
pain
you
in the
got
neck.
your hyperspace. You need to walk me through how to get my hyperspace hooked
I don't
up.
know. Yeah,
Because I can't
it's been
get
so
it.
long that I
I
don't
get
remember.
all the, I get all the parts and everything it asks for, but it still won't let me go into another a solar system or galaxy. That's pissing me off.
Do you have enough fuel?
Oh yeah, I got more than enough fuel.
Not regular fuel, hyperspace fuel.
Yeah, I actually had built hyperspace fuel up, but it still won't work. And I
Did
got
you push
all
the button?
components. I got the shields. I got the shields, for hyperspace and everything. Hyperspace, you got to use a different shield if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
All right, I thought you just had to use the regular fuel, but whatever.
Okay, you know what? Me and you gonna have a conversation, and you gonna help me walk through this when you get.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I am not. I
You will.
despise
YouTube videos
No
don't
Man's
ever.
Sky.
I went to YouTube
Despise
videos,
it.
they don't ever tell you exactly what you need to know. They like to go around and expect you know what they talking about.
Yeah.
You know what else? What
No.
other game did that was Outer Wilds.
Yeah, that game
Really?
Yep.
was find out the hard way.
Yes. Over and over and over and over.
Oh, was that the one with the little robot and stuff like that? And you try to play it, and the inversion thing don't work right with it. Because I like to invert my controller because I'm used to the old school way of doing it. And then you got to repair the ship, and then do all this other stuff while you're on the stranded planet. Is that one we talking about?
I mean, you
You
just
literally
described...
just described No Man's Sky again to us.
Yeah.
I know, but
it's how do I describe Outer Wilds? It's a space adventure game where you have to land on planets and find things and find other planets to go find things, and then there's supposed to be an actual like story, maybe not a story, but there's an
exploration story of different places that you go.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah. So.
Hey, you know, it took me forever to get the mining drill, to get that together, because you had to look for the coil. What was that spool of steel or something like that? That copper spool. And then you had to insert it into the mining drill to get it to work. And then they still wanted you to do some other things to get it to work. I'm like, come on. I hope Starfield makes it so much easier to get your components to work.
Good luck.
Tell me if I'm lying there, Peter. Tell me if I'm lying.
Yeah, I mean, by the time you get your hyperspace working, you'll be playing Starfield. So
Yes.
Oh, so
right.
it took you a while too, didn't it?
Yeah. By the way, your camera's off. I don't know if you noticed that.
I know. I'll turn it back on in a minute. I was
Okay.
doing something. Somebody
Oh.
came into my room for a second.
Oh.
we don't have to see what he's scratching.
Yeah.
No.
Gonna see ass over there.
Oh, gross.
Thank you, brother John. John 907I is in the house. He says, nice panel tonight, bro. Thank you. Also, Luke is here. Luke, sorry I'm late. You could blame Chuck and Papa Pete. Well, sure. We could blame Chuck, Papa Pete. And Nate is here. Brother Nate.
Brother Nate is here.
The green
Indeed.
stuff is legal where he's at. Oh,
I'm
man.
not touching that.
Yeah. Hey, so, Chris, what you been playing?
He's been playing some Hogwarts, I think.
Yeah, he
Has
said
he? I
that.
had no idea. I'm gonna
Well,
see if
we know
he's-
what you've been playing.
Yeah, not anymore though. I beat it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you get some cake and ice cream?
I might have had some. I might have had some cake. You know. I might have threw a couple balloons in the air. You know. What's up, Rico?
Congratulations.
Rico Solo in the house. Rico, could you go find Chris? He's missing. Oh, man. Well, the next game for me is going to be Atomic Heart. I keep hearing so much good stuff about that, so that's the next one I'm going to download and play.
Nice.
I hear it's one of those games where for you to really get into it, it takes a couple of hours. But there's a lot of games like that.
Yeah, there is a lot of games like that. There's a lot of those, but it's it is a supposed to be like a BioShock kind of.
Vibe.
Yeah. So, Jago Wolf Boss Roquefort was very, very cool. Very cool. That was a cool boss. I will say that what's his name? Kane. Not a great boss. That last guy was not fun. Reminded me a lot of my 8-hour I don't know if you remember this, Peter. My 8-hour excursion into Breakdown on the Xbox.
Oh yeah.
So that was a fun one. So
Yeah, well,
there's
about
Yobi.
2 weeks ago, I wish you had been there. Me and UK Daz, we played some PGR4 on our 360s, man.
I heard.
Mm.
That was fun. That was fun.
That's some
And the
good stuff.
servers still work. I love Microsoft. They do not get rid of servers. I respect them for that.
I'm curious as to how those work because the 360 was peer-to-peer. So
No, you load it into Microsoft servers. You can load into Microsoft servers except for the only one I don't know if I never tried. I need to load it up. Forza Horizon 1. See if the servers still work.
that's a good question.
I'll check it out sometime. I want to do a research and find out what Microsoft servers still work to this day
Because I know like
for Microsoft games.
Because I know the ones that are peer-to-peer work just fine because there were no servers to go on. So like when we played Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, that worked. That worked fine. So
Yeah, I have that one. You know how hard it was in that game to get used to those mechanics again?
Oh, I know.
'Cause they're
But-
oh my God, it felt so dated.
But it was back compat on the 1X, and when it had an FPS boost, so it went to 60 FPS.
Really now?
That was a treat, because that was me, it was Peter, and it was Rick Lagnese from at the time he was with Warhorse Studios, but he's with Fextra Life now. So it was me and Rick, and then we got. We were gonna get Christian Allen in, but he got really busy because he got a job with Epic, so he hasn't really been killer. Ah, Yobi.
Whoa! Look at Joe Yobi. He's gifted 5 original next level gaming memberships.
And Yobi's at it again. And he did say Forza 1 is still online, X. So
Sweet, thank you, Yobi.
And he beat Rage 2, which I gotta get.
I know. I saw he was playing it.
Yeah, I gotta get into that. So.
Not again. I still want to get you for some Rainbow Six Vegas, man, one night.
To the land
One
of
or
Katie
two,
Orr to
whichever
Mike
one
Suffering.
you want.
Brother Salvatore is in the house. Luke got an excellent. Luke got a membership. Outstanding.
I'm already a member.
I know you are. Jago is a member. I gotta add. See, look, I gotta update the damn bumper again. So, thank you so much, Yobi. You are that is so awesome. Too generous. All right, so it's time.
Is it rage time?
Might be.
Is it time to hit the big boy in the room?
It might.
Mm.
Peter, when you're ready.
Next topic: the plight of Sony.
The plight of Sony. Good freaking Lord. What oh my God. All right.
I'm just gonna listen, and then I'll respond.
I want to start though by saying this. I said this on Retro Roots last night. He is as corporate as they come. I doubt that Jim Ryan's ever picked up a controller and put any serious time into a game. Right? Serious.
Right.
Yeah.
But I gotta there's one thing I gotta give him credit for before I start ranting. He's definitely doing Sony's work well. I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do, which is, stop this thing from happening.
What if it does happen? You think he's going to get the boot?
No.
And he didn't do his job. Not good enough.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna get the boot. I think that's just
No.
that's just like Xbox isn't getting sold off if the deal falls through as well. Don't even get oh my god. What okay. What has happened to game journalism that we have come to this? There are days
we kind of knew, but now it's become so obvious that it's just.
and I've known this for a long time. People don't understand how long this has gone on. It just, you're right. This deal has basically gotten people to just stop being transparent. That's the thing. Now they're just saying the quiet
stop
part.
or start?
To start, well, to
I think start, start showing the colors, be more transparent.
Okay, yeah. I would, yes. So to basically let the mask slip, right?
Yes.
That's the right way. That's the right. It's like they're not even trying at this point. When I was doing this, we didn't do this shit. We just reported what happened and let people make up their minds as to how they felt about it. We didn't know. And Luke's right. Social media is what happened. We didn't have social media back then, right? So I didn't go on Twitter. I didn't have Twitter, YouTube, and all that stuff. But I didn't go on gaming forums and make comments like, well, all my important pundits, all the important people out there in the game industry tell me that Microsoft's going to sell Xbox if this deal doesn't go through. What? I never wrote an editorial on my website that said, Microsoft's acting like a clown show. And they didn't bring any. They're putting out these 10-year deals was nothing. Without Sony, it means nothing. Well, how? Games industry biz used to be one of the few places I looked up to as far as not just. I mean, games industry biz has been around for a long time. They were a site that I used for news. They were a site that I always went to for news. I can't go to them anymore because their head guy just he's decided that he's just going to go ahead and ruin the reputation of his site. And they'll basically be the editor in charge, James Batchelor, had two different people. 2 different articles. They were opinion articles, but both of them had incorrect information, had inaccurate statements. Chris Dring had to have his article, changed and fixed and pulled and fixed.
Yeah, that's right. What was her name that made him pull it? What was her name? It was
Well, so the
Lulu Chang.
Lulu Chang
Mercer.
Mercedes or something like that.
Mercedes, that's right. Lulu Chang Mercedes.
Yeah, well, she's the EVP for Activision, and she pointed a couple of people out.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was not in Game Industry.biz. That was SVG.
The other one was SVG, but
sorry,
she did call out Chris, and then Chris
String,
yes, and their editor in charge. Their chief editor-in-chief, James Batchelor, changed that. They had to edit that article that Chris Dring put out on Games Industry Biz because it was wrong, and then the SVG article got pulled, but then another guy wrote something just as stupid on Games Industry Biz 2 days later. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I just it it hurts me because, I didn't do this full time when I did it. When I ran NLGaming.com, I had to do that as a second gig after working a full-time job all day and then coming home and writing and reviewing and previewing and making videos and all the stuff that I and Sean Foster and Dan Comer and my team did. We worked our asses off for basically enough money to pay for us to go to E3. That's basically all we did with that site. But we did it with integrity, and then with integrity, and then when you make a stupid comment about pundits, and then you get called out on it, and you decide to start blocking people and then protect your Twitter account, what kind of pussy are you?
You already lost.
Exactly. You've already lost. And this is VGC, who isn't the most accurate of folks either. I'm just dismayed. I'm just completely dismayed because this should not be happening. This is the Jason Schreier wing of games journalism, and him and Take Him, and now these guys, and it hurts me to see this, because it's also hurting an entire community of people who really don't have a place to go to get news. It's kind of why I kind of now understand why there are so many Xbox-centric podcasts and shows out there, and why guys like Colt Eastwood do so well and Boomstick does so well, and because there is no place for an Xbox gamer to go to get news, because that just absolutely sucks. And I'm not saying that to say that those shows are bad. Those are great shows. Boom. I've been on Primetime Gaming. They are great people. They run great channels. Their stuff, but it's some of it is out of necessity, because where else are people gonna go? One of the only places I have left to really go find news is Season Gaming, is Brother Ainsley. One of the only places I can go now. And Iron Lords. I can go to Lognet. I can go to the Iron Lords.
Dealer too. Dealer's good. I mean Dealer cool, and I listen to his stuff, and I enjoy Dealer gaming.
No, but these are they're places that are filling a void that should not be there, and that I'll never forget when in 2013 when the Xbox One was going to launch, the PlayStation 4 was going to launch, IGN had 2 polls up. This got me in such a heated argument with Ryan McCaffrey that Ryan blocked me. The one poll said, "Why aren't you buying an Xbox One?" and listed all the things that Xbox was doing wrong. And the other poll was, "Why are you buying a PlayStation 4?" And I said, Ryan,
Jesus,
how is this serving the gaming community? And he couldn't handle that and blocked me, because I have my own issues with Ryan McCaffrey. I've known him for a very long time. He's also, I'm sorry, he's also a fraud. I'm saying it.
We're back to the official Xbox magazine.
We've always come at things from an objective point of view, right? Peter and I, and Chris to an extent, we'll call it straight. Xbox isn't perfect. Phil isn't perfect. Lord knows I've called out Phil a few times for things. But that's being objective. There are times when, there had been times when Sony had been doing great things. There's great things still coming from Nintendo. We try so hard to give people news that they can digest and decide how they feel about it. We shouldn't be the ones doing that. It should be the people that are getting paid to do that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you bring up this topic of where are people supposed to go for podcasts and all this. So when I got done with college, it was 2014. And in 2015, I was going to like IGN and Polygon and all those other newer places. You know, I didn't really play too many video games when I was in college because I was so focused on graduating. And I couldn't find not one single website or internet site or anything that talked positive about Xbox. Everything was negative. Everything was about everything Xbox was doing wrong. There was so much negativity in the mainstream media over Xbox that it was overwhelming. And so when I went to YouTube to see if there was any positive, I literally typed in positive Xbox. That was my search term, right? And podcasts started coming up. You know, at the time there was a guy named Crap Gamer that was very much into Xbox. I found him. Through him, I found Mooch. Through them, I found Dealer, and so forth and so on and so on, right? And I ended up finding the podcasting community. And man, they were the only people that were saying, you know, Xbox is doing great. Xbox is doing awesome. Xbox is actually doing good things with these games. And when I stopped to look at it and think about it, right? I've played all the PlayStation game. I've played all the Xbox games, all the Nintendo games, and computer games. I'm very console agnostic when it comes to where I play games. It doesn't bother me to play games anywhere. But to say that Xbox had no games or no good games were available on Xbox is an outright lie. And the fact that these websites, these internet journalists refuse to put any positive light on Xbox, it was just it was sad for someone like me. You know, at the time I was not a podcaster. At the time I wasn't anything. It was just a guy trying to get some Xbox information, trying to find out what's the latest and greatest on Xbox. Because I like my Xbox. It's where me and my friends play. Regardless of what anybody says, Xbox Live, or I guess Xbox Network now, is still the best online network there is. And it's not even a competition, guys. I hate to break it to anybody. It's not a competition.
I'll show you.
And so and I'm a very co-op multiplayer kind of guy. And there's only two companies out there that do co-op multiplayer. And one of them's Nintendo, and the other one is Xbox. And Nintendo doesn't have a good online communication system, so guess where I go? I go to Xbox. So yeah, the fact that this happened, and then now, as you said, they're pulling back the veil. You know, Chris String, what's his name? Andy.
The hell is his name? Oh,
Robinson.
Yeah, from Playton. From VGC.
Yeah, Andy from VGC. You know, his own publication wrote the article, and then he himself counters the article that was written. What? You know, like, why? If he knew what he was doing, he knew he was going to rile up the community. It's kind of sad he couldn't take the heat. He had to, you know, privatize his account. Like, if you're going to put something out like that, knowing that you're going to rile up the community, you know, be able to handle the heat. That's all I have to say.
I discovered Xbox through G4, the channel.
Wow, that's old.
Well, look at me. Come on.
I mean, you know,
my cable provider had G4, so I was able to watch them. A lot of people didn't have it. So
you saw Olivia Munn when she was in the prime.
I was way before Olivia Munn even got on, dude. I was watching G4. Back when before they got merged with Tech TV, I was watching G4. And that's how I learned about the Xbox. And I was like, ooh, I gotta have it. Because I'm thinking, my mind is thinking, this could be Dreamcast too. So I got it. I got it day one. I reserved it, just like I got my Dreamcast day one. And about, I guess I've told this story to Mike about I played the PlayStation Live on my PS2 for a while, and I was like, this is crap. So Xbox Live came along, and I gave it a try a few months later because there were some games that I realized I could play on the Xbox at the same time that were the same games.
Mm-hmm.
Changed my world. Changed my world. That's why I'm 19 years on Xbox Live, and I ain't ever given it up. But the experience, the friends that I made back then that I still have today, it's kind of hard to leave that. And back then you had media that told it like it was. You know what I'm saying? They told it like it was. There was no bias from G4 and X Play and all the other shows they had. They just based the games on what they were like, you know, and their experiences with the game, and they told the truth as they saw them. Not there was no console bias back then, you know, and you know this new G4 that they had, yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah, totally garbage.
Yeah, that was garbage. But in the roots and the height of it, when you had electronic gaming magazines and you had, you know, Game Pro, there was no bias back then. You know, it was just base the game on what it was. And when Knights of the Old Republic came out for the Xbox, it set the Xbox to a whole new level. And everybody says it's Halo and all that, but no, technically it was Knights of the Republic that started giving Xbox the attention. I like Halo too, but Knights of the Republic was a game that a lot of people wanted to play, on other platforms, but it was only on Xbox. And that's back then when people were into kind of like RPGs and stuff like that, but pretty much only Sony had the RPGs. And when Knights of the Republic came out, I just heard about how great it was. It was given all the reviews, high reviews in all the magazines.
You know,
and it changed everything. But a lot of people don't think about that game.
right.
You know, it made a difference. Then Fable came out, and that changed everything. And I'm just talking about before Halo really hit its stride with Halo 2. I knew about all the LAN parties from Halo 1. We all knew about that and how great Halo 1 was. But when Halo 2 brought it online, it changed all online on every gaming system out there. Because you could actually talk crap to people, even the bad crap we had to deal with back then in the old days. You know, all the negative talk from certain people from different countries. Because back then, Xbox was universal. You played with people in France. You played with people all over the world. And that opened up everything for me.
Well,
I still got friends in New Zealand that I play with on Xbox. So no one criticized anything. We talked about PlayStation. We talked about, games we still play on Dreamcast at the time. We talked about games that some of us had PS2s back then. There was no that divisiveness.
This is what
like it is now.
So, this is what we did when there was news to break. Like, this was when Final Fantasy 11 came out on 360. All right, two things. This is how we reported it. We didn't say crap about, oh, this is a major coup for the Xbox, PlayStation, blah blah. How could PlayStation lose a blah blah? We just reported the news, and because this game was online, we didn't review it until after we got time in it. So our review came up after everyone else's, because it wouldn't be fair to Square to try to pre-review it and then go back and edit our review later. this is the kind of stuff that we did. This is the kind of news that we basically, even at E3, right? So more Wii news. So this is when the Wii was being announced. And all we did was just report what was going on. We didn't put our commentary into it.
Even had GameCube up there, my friend.
Absolutely.
I feel that.
Absolutely. Because when our site started, GameCube was still it was Xbox, GameCube, and PlayStation 2. We covered it all. And we didn't say anything about, we basically took press releases and just kind of retold them so that people could read it and come away with their own thoughts. You know, it boggles the mind to see what's going on now. And that leads into basically what the latest of what went on in the last day, which is that Sony told the CMA that Call of Duty generates enough money for them that if they lost any potential return on it, which is why they push for all that exclusive content and the marketing rights, it funds, apparently, their first-party games, according to Sony.
I think it's kind of a bad business model.
I think it's
relying on a
business
third
model.
party that can stick up the middle finger at any point in time.
Yeah. What if Call of Duty went away because Activision closed?
Right. Maybe a lawsuit was so big that in order to pay out, they have to close shop.
Which actually could happen if they fail. If this deal doesn't go through, that actually could happen.
It could.
Because they were in financial straits, before this deal. That's why they went to Microsoft, because they knew they were the only ones.
What's up, Chuck? Will Sony be working with Namco to port many versions of Pac-Man to the PS5?
Wow.
Yeah, but think about this for a minute. This is one of the reasons that apparently the CMA is going hard after Microsoft and this deal, because Sony is literally saying if they lost Call of Duty in its current form, would reduce the potential return on producing innovative first-party games, thereby diminishing Sony Interactive Entertainment's ability and incentive to invest in new games.
If they would stop paying people to keep their games exclusive, they would keep more money in their pocket to help develop their own games.
Peter kind of laid it out pretty perfectly, but somebody else explain this to me. Tell me where I'm looking at this wrong. That this is how it should be.
You're looking at this wrong.
Break it down, Axel.
All right. I'm not gonna defend Sony per se. I just understand revenue sources, right? Just naturally through my job, I understand stuff, right? So right now, most of the extra revenue that gaming companies make comes from kids, not us old people, kids spending money on Roblox, because they get 30% of everything, Fortnite, and Call of Duty. Those are the big three right now. Those big three generate at least half, if not more than half, of everything that Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo make. When you look at Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo, sorry, not Sony, PlayStation, in reality, they're just storefronts, much like Steam is, right? Steam is the computer storefront. It makes the most money because they are a storefront. And so that's the whole idea between this console business is the more people you have on your console, the more money your storefront generates versus your competition. And that's how you keep making money. Back in the old days, pre-DLC days, pre-Xbox Live days, you lived and died by what you sold, period. Number of copies sold, number of whatever sold. That was, number of consoles, number of copies of software. That's it. Now you don't live and die by that. Now you live by how many people buy extra on your storefront and how many of them are whales. I mean, everybody understands what a whale is, right? It's that person that just spends what it seems to be unlimited money on that game. Yes, Call of Duty and them are all making money, but the reality is the storefront wins. There's that old saying, the house always wins, right? And so that's where Xbox is differentiating themselves from Sony and Nintendo, is that their storefront isn't just a console. It's also on Windows. It's also going to be on cloud eventually. It's going to be everywhere where Game Pass is, that subscription, that consistent subscription model of getting stuff, and Nintendo has followed with Nintendo Online Plus expansion with their own subscription using some of their legacy titles. PlayStation has followed with PS Plus titles, Extra or Premium or Unlimited or whatever the hell it is, right? And so for Sony to say that, yeah, Call of Duty funds our first party, some of our first party games, I believe them. It is true. Is it right? In today's business, yeah, it kind of is right. It's the only way it's right. Because you also got to remember, Myke, back in the older days, let's go back pre-live days. A development studio would be like 100 people. Like 100 people was a lot of people back then. Am I right, Myke?
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember, I think Knights of the Old Republic had something like 60 developers. That's it. Right? So now you have these games that are coming out with thousands, 3,000 developers. How are you going to pay them with just console sales and copies of I don't know, number of copies that you sold of a certain game? You can't. That's where these subscription models came in, and that's why now the storefronts have come in. The DLC has come in. The what do you call it? The skins. The skins have come in. All that generates money. And yeah, Sony takes their 30% and they fund their own first party ventures with it. At a certain time, PlayStation was funding all of Sony. So that's how powerful it is. So yeah, if they lose Call of Duty players, if they lose people choosing PlayStation over Xbox for Call of Duty, yeah, they will lose some of that revenue. Is it enough to?
How did they do that?
Is it enough to kill them? I don't think so. I think that's over exaggeration. I don't believe it. I don't believe that part of it.
Well, and that's what. Peter, go ahead. You were about to ask a question.
Go ahead, Myke.
How? Yeah, I think you're about to ask the same question I did. So I want you to have that question.
No, go ahead. I kind of lost my train of thought a little.
Sorry, that's my fault. How did they survive before Call of Duty?
Well, that's my whole point. Before Call of Duty, before the online thing, you would just, console sales and copies of first-party games sold. Right. That's it.
But also,
and 30% of every other game sold, as they always do, right?
Yeah, and on the 360, Microsoft had the, marketing, Call of Duty marketing rights.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody associated Call of Duty with Xbox.
Yeah, it was called the shooter box, if you remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yet, all indications were that Sony, even in this territory, caught up to Microsoft with that marketing. So I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Somewhat, but Microsoft has its own shooters. Sony still really, they had it in the PS3, but they didn't have the shooters in PS4. They can only count for really third party for their shooters.
But whose
fault
is that?
So they relied then on Call of Duty, made a terrible business decision doing that, and now they might end up with nothing. It's a self-inflicted wound right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you cannot be sorry for them. It's like you bet on the wrong horse.
Right. I mean,
it's like the music industry, Myke. Okay, so you got nothing but music streaming services, right? you pay $9.99 for a service, right? On everybody pretty much. Let's just say Spotify. You
We had
get
this discussion
to
yesterday,
listen
by
to
the way.
anything you. I didn't know, but you get to listen to anything you want to, right? But every time you play a song, these artists get a little bit of money every time. But at the end of that month, the more people that listen to their songs, the more money they receive from Spotify at the end of the month. That's how they can make their revenue. Now, if Microsoft is following that formula, okay, you subscribe to Game Pass. We'll pay initially for the developer to get into our games. Sometimes they'll buy the games in full. You can buy games in full and own them on Spotify and some of these other places. And you buy the game, what I'm saying. So you get a percentage. Some of them, they get a percentage of the games if it gets played. Even if it goes to the game's dashboard, Microsoft will split off a percentage of that to go to the developer, no matter, what it's 5 cents or whatever, but it adds up over time, just like in the Spotify's of the world. So a lot of these people are saying, oh, they're not making revenue. The developer is still making revenue on top. Whether these people decide to buy the game or if they still get a monthly amount or an allowance for that game being played. But a lot of people don't see the fine points of that structure. And it does make revenue. If it didn't make revenue for the developers, they wouldn't be doing this. They would not be doing it. Seriously, nobody wants to give Dustin away for free.
Well, and therein lies another one, is that they've spent $3.6 billion on a developer that was putting out a free-to-play game at this point.
No, not every developer gets that.
I know. What I'm saying is that they spent $3.5 billion to buy Bungie. By the time they bought Bungie,
Sony, yeah.
Bungie was putting out Destiny free-to-play. But and welcome XenoXXL, welcome to the channel and to the chat and to the show. He was part of this discussion last night we had on Retro Roots. So it's funny you brought up Spotify and that, because I totally missed bringing that up in our conversation about how the artists do get paid from Spotify. But here's the thing. It's not as though before Call of Duty was a thing, Sony had SOCOM. They had Killzone. In fact, they used Killzone to try to sell their PS3 with that fake footage in 2005.
I know, right?
That's right.
Hey, but guess what, Mike? A lot of people are doing that now with these games, showing fake footage 3 years prior, and then the game come out like, what the heck is that?
They have Resistance. They have Siphon Filter.
Warhawks. I love Warhawks.
Right. They've got IPs, and what the reason that I feel what Peter just said was so dead on is why Microsoft didn't care about not having the marketing rights anymore. They gave up the marketing rights. They could have had the marketing rights forever if they wanted to. They gave that up. They didn't need Call of Duty. And all of a sudden, Sony's basically saying, we need Call of Duty because we can't make money on our own games. That is a I don't know how you get into that position in the first place. Call of Duty.
You dug your own hole.
Yeah, you're telling me that you didn't sell enough God of War, you didn't sell enough Horizon Forbidden West, you're not selling enough
with 150
Clank,
million people that own your console,
and you're not selling enough of those that you wouldn't be able to sell.
They have that all for Fortnite.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Think about it, too. Sony not only acquired studios, Bungie, Housemarque, Insomniac. They invested in Epic. They invested in they own 14% of From Software. They're pumping money into other companies as investments. So they're getting something back from that as well. So they're getting other sources of revenue. They make it sound like if Call of Duty goes away, PlayStation owners will suffer because their games won't be as good. These are the same people that cry out that because Microsoft's doing Game Pass, games are going to suffer in quality because the subscription service. And yet a game like High Def Rush comes out and it's a smaller game, right? But that's pretty damn close to a AAA game in my view. From what I
think
played.
so too. I've been
It
trying
is
to tell
a-
people. But Mike, you brought up
Game of the Year
Bungie
candidate.
a minute ago, right? You want to know how Bungie makes money? Why they put the game free to play after a certain amount of years after making money from the initial sales of it? They have those coins or whatever, the glimmer that people buy online to get new stuff. They got the DLC that comes out that's almost full price of a game that makes them money that people buy. That's how Bungie, every 6 months to a year, Bungie comes out with new DLC that you got to pay for. They make money on that. And on top of that, you want new attributes to go with your new higher level, but you don't have enough glimmer or enough gold, whatever the gold one is, to get it. So guess what? People gonna spend the money that are hooked on that game, like Fortnite, to buy those things. That's more money in Bungie's pocket. Now it's more money in Sony's pocket. That's revenue. Sony didn't have something like that to keep bringing in consistent revenue. That's why they bought Bungie. Because even though Bungie's saying we want to send everything everywhere, and we don't want no stop to that, Sony's still gonna make the money.
Well,
so
right.
Why is it double standard? They say, okay, Microsoft is buying, for Call of Duty and other games. So why are you upset about them making money on the game that they're buying a publisher for? But you just bought Bungie to do the same thing that you're complaining about. That's the part I don't understand. I'm glad Bungie went where they went, but that's the double standard that's bothering me the most.
And by the way, had Bungie had Sony acquired Bungie and they worked it out to where Destiny became a PlayStation game, that's to the winner goes the spoils. That's how this works.
Yep. But they realized they would have lost revenue.
Well, sure, which is why Microsoft and why Phil even today, he was just on the Xbox UK show, Xbox
On. With my girl Charlie
with the yellow hair.
I know.
Yeah.
He literally said, we don't want to pull Call of Duty from everywhere. They've said from the beginning it doesn't make sense from a financial standpoint to not have Call of Duty. And in fact, they're not going to do any marketing. They're not going to even have they might have some marketing rights because it's going to be their game, but he reiterated today, no exclusive content, no timed exclusive content, parity amongst all the systems.
I mean, just from a consumer standpoint, those are already wins for everybody.
Exactly. And
because right now it's like, the Sony one had like exclusive modes, exclusive skins. And
it's just that they're not going to get that. But nobody's going to get it. Microsoft's not going to get it.
No.
Not for another 2 games, right? Another 2 games.
No, I don't. I don't think that that's something that they're going to do ever. And if you look at Minecraft, they haven't done that with Minecraft, and they haven't done. And he said it on this podcast. They didn't do it with Minecraft. They didn't do it with Minecraft Dungeons.
Legends.
They're not going to
Dungeons,
do it.
yeah.
They're not going to do it with Legends. They don't do it with any of the current Bethesda games that are on the system. And we'll get to that discussion. Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Online, all those games that are still on other platforms get the same exact. Microsoft has never on any of those games made their own content and kept content away from the other platforms. And he said, and he brought up Hogwarts Legacy and said, Sony bought exclusivity on an entire mission, a piece of the story mission in Hogwarts. He said, I'm not going to do that with Call of Duty. Complete parody. And yeah, Jeff, we don't know about price parity. Another asshole. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, Jeff Keighley. So
Yeah.
Oh, Microsoft's not afraid
Oh
to
my
say.
God, Jeff
hey,
Keighley.
Microsoft's not afraid to say, if they own it, they can say $60 here. If Sony wants you to pay 70, you
Let
go
'em.
pay 70.
go play 70.
It doesn't have to be in Game Pass for that. They can actually do that.
Call of Duty's, but where Phil wants Call of Duty is in Game Pass.
We know.
That's all he wants out of it. And he doesn't even care about Call of Duty as a seller for the Xbox. He cares about King to get them into mobile. That's the end game, is Game Pass and mobile. That's the difference between Microsoft and Sony. Microsoft isn't hitching their wagon to needing that revenue to survive, where Sony had, and some of it is, I never understood. I still don't know that I understand games as a service the way that I probably should. But it seems like games as a service has done Microsoft very well.
Mike, imagine this. Okay, the deal gets done. Now Sony says, okay, for the rest of our deal, which they have in there, no Game Pass, right? For the next Call of Duties, right? Microsoft can say this, and they have every Call of Duty ever made for backwards compatible on Xbox. Every Call of Duty. Microsoft can say, okay, you can't have the new ones, but every previous Call of Duty that has ever been played, you can play in Game Pass right after that. Do you know how many people will go and play every other Call of Duty from back in the day, like Black Ops 2 to remember when Black Ops 2 came out backwards compatible for
especially if the
Xbox?
multiplayer works.
Yeah, the multiplayer works for those games. Yeah.
But
could you imagine
I could.
how big that would be? You could play the original Modern Warfare 1, the original Modern Warfare 2, all those games on BC in Game Pass for free.
But
that would actually hit the industry hard.
There is no scenario I can think of, though, where Call of Duty doesn't hit Game Pass day and date as part of this deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, not the new, not
I
the
agree.
newer ones, not the newer ones.
even the new ones.
The new
Even the new ones.
No,
Yeah.
but they're locked out of that because of the Sony deal right now.
Now the Sony deal can
after-
go kick rocks.
Yeah,
There's such a thing
but
as
they can't done because
cancellation
it's
clauses,
contractual.
and all it is just some money. Why not?
It's contractual. The Sony's not going to give that up.
Now,
No,
Microsoft
doesn't matter. As long as you pay the fee, doesn't matter.
Microsoft in this case, so Microsoft's always played the good guy, right? They've always played the good guy.
I want them to play the bad guy for a change.
Well, right. And so, remember when they acquired Compulsion? And it was right as We Happy Few was coming out. That game
Yep.
continued to
What
release.
was the name of that game that I never really got into again? What was that game?
I don't know, man. You described half of the library for me.
Oh Lord, help me, Jesus God.
I mean, Outer
Dang.
Worlds was purchased. I mean, Outer Worlds was just what I'm pretty sure it was just coming out when they
Right, they had
acquired
to honor that, right?
Obsidian. It's not that they had to; they just did. Right, and Phil said it today. I'm not pulling games off of other platforms. When they acquired Bethesda, they didn't pull Elder Scrolls Online. They didn't pull.
Yeah,
Evil
what about the
Oblivion.
two other ones that came to Sony?
Ghostwire Tokyo, which still
Ghostwire Tokyo and what's the
Deathloop.
other one?
Yeah, they
the
like
sniper
that.
thing.
Deathloop.
Deathloop.
Remember.
Deathloop. Yeah.
He honored all of those contracts. He didn't have to. He did. When they acquire Activision, there are basically what they could do is they could do an asset acquire of Activision, and if Sony came to them for breach of contract, they could say, "I'm sorry, you have to go talk to Bobby Kotick," and fight it out with him. In the meantime, we're gonna put our shit on Game Pass. I don't believe for a minute that this deal doesn't include. That's the one part of this deal that I think they will go steadfast on. You're not spending nearly $70 billion to be locked out of your own subscription service.
Right. And,
So
and that's what this all comes down to is Game Pass. So,
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. They grow Game Pass, they grow Xbox. That's the way. That's the direction Xbox has decided to go, for better or worse. In my opinion, for better. I love Game Pass.
But they still can beat Sony, even if people on Xbox still have to pay. Like I said, if you drop the price to $60, but you still get that discount from having Xbox Live, you're cheaper than Sony.
So you get your 10% discount right there.
Plus the game is $10 cheaper. You
Even if
beat
you
Sony.
do the game the same price, just
Mhm.
with your discount, maybe you get an extra discount.
yeah,
Yep.
Discounts, fresh.
I mean they could. Yeah, the other thing they could do is they could say, fine, $70 on PlayStation. We're only going to charge $40 on the Xbox. I mean,
They actually could do
they
that.
could
but,
do that. I just
But they're not going to do that.
no, I don't believe they are. I'm just saying there are other ways to do that, but I
But I
thoroughly
can see
believe
them
Game Pass.
offering 60 for the game, Mike. I can see them doing that.
What
They
about
will.
you buy it and then you get your bundles? You get your Call of Duty coins, so you can get your free season
Right.
pass
That could be
with
your
that.
perk.
Could be your perk.
Season coins for Call of Duty.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many different ways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I-
Now you feeling where we coming from? They're still making money, and while Sony's paying full over there, and they're still making money off of Sony.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
There you go. They're still making money. They're making money off of what's the Nvidia. They're making money off of Steam. They're making money off that's fivefold, dude. They're making off of Nintendo. They're making money hand and fist. Sony makes some money, but Microsoft will be making hand and fist, dude.
oh, of course. Now, and I don't know if you guys caught this in that interview either. And I it's funny to me that this was not something that was bandied about. There's a rumor that this was that Microsoft was going to offer up all of Activision's games as multi-plats going forward, but that's not what Phil said in that podcast either. He said, and did you guys all watch it?
I sent you the link, remember?
Yeah, I know you did. So
I unfortunately did not. I watched snippets of it.
okay,
I watched the highlights.
It was
So-
good, dude.
So I heard this correct. He set up the Activision deal. He said exclusives are part of the business. It's what we use to market our consoles. It's what we as companies do to get people to
Right,
our
when they were
right?
talking
Darn
about
tootin'.
Bethesda, when they were talking about Bethesda, yeah.
Right. And he brought up Bethesda as he said, I remember saying, we will take everything on a case-by-case basis.
Mm-hmm. He's
Did
been
he-
saying that.
Did he not say that same thing about Activision today?
Yep.
And that's what I thought, is that he said we're going to take those on a case-by-case basis. I think that, and this is where I think the other piece of this that no one's looking at because they're so focused on Call of Duty that no one's paying attention to
I know.
Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, all these other things that Activision owns. I think Diablo 4 is going to come out on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's already set for
It's
PlayStation.
already set.
Don't be so sure on that one.
No,
Diablo
it's-
usually
it's-
waits 2 years to move over to consoles, so
Yeah, but it's
I
set
wouldn't
for
be too sure on
PlayStation
that one.
release.
You think?
if the deal closes, it may not.
Really?
Well, I mean, if the deal closes, let's just pretend the deal closes late this year. Diablo comes out this year.
Right.
They could do, the console versions are ports. They're not native. They're not built from the ground up. All that stuff. They're just ports.
Right.
Yep.
Xbox could decide to not port it. Now, will they or won't they? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there that Activision Blizzard Diablo has always been 1 to 2 years behind the PC release.
I'm not sure that's happening this time, though. Because I think they're all coming out on June 6th.
No way. No way.
Yeah, they're
Let
all
me look.
Okay,
What's
I have-
Diablo's website?
Can you picture Microsoft not porting the next Doom over to PlayStation and them keeping it to themselves?
Yes, that I can believe. I can believe
Diablo
that they'll keep.
4.
Yeah,
Blizzard.
You
Diablo
can
is.
believe which way. Yes.
Holy cow! Not only is it coming out for PS5, it's coming out for PS4.
Yeah,
I told you,
yeah. It's
There
and
you
it's
go.
all same day.
but can you picture the next Doom coming
Hello?
out for all consoles?
The
No,
next what?
the next
Doom.
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 No, I think
No.
I think they keep Doom. I think and you notice we haven't heard much about Indiana Jones. I don't think Indiana Jones is going to be multi-plat either, and I certainly
Yeah,
don't
we
think,
know,
shouldn't.
and we know Elder Scrolls 6 ain't coming
Nope,
to
Elder
another
Scrolls-
platform. It's only Xbox only. Phil said that.
Yep. So
So anywhere where Game Pass is,
anywhere where Game Pass is, exactly.
or yeah,
Exist.
PC, right?
Exist.
PC, phone.
Nintendo.
Now, I
Ah.
can see, but Sony doesn't have that many shooters right out there. So I can actually see Microsoft being that magnificent petty moment where they say, all right, you want Doom over there. You need to pay us to have it over there.
Well, sure.
I can see them being that kind of petty.
Actually, I
But
could.
Well, the
no
thing is,
one
like, you
talks
have-
about a future Doom. No one talk. Okay, real quick, guys. I've been saying this for about 9 months since this deal. Activision has been around since 1977, the original Atari. They have well over probably 300 to 400 IPs that are dormant. No one talks about, just sitting on their shelf. So you want Call of Duty? We'll give you Overwatch. We'll give you Diablo and maybe a few other tweaks. But when we make something new from the past that people might be interested in, you can't have it. But no one sees that. They are one of the original publishers in gaming. But no one sees it. All they see is Call of Duty and the mobile thing. Microsoft can easily throw some of them new IPs to mobile later on to make more money. They're just sitting there. They're cash cows, just waiting to wake up again. But no one wants to reflect on the old stuff that's out there. Everybody wants to reflect on the new stuff. So I'm like, Microsoft, keep it quiet. Don't say nothing. Let them, let them lie on what they want. And then in a few years, when it comes back, you can't come back and say, no, we want that one too. You can't get it. I'm done. I had a mini rant. I had to get this out my system because I've been saying that for a while, but nobody listens when I say that. They think it's a joke. But to me, that's facts that you can't deny. I'm done. You can
Go ahead,
continue.
Peter.
I'm finished.
With what?
With what?
I don't know. Every
Does
time
anybody see my point?
it all goes back to what. It all goes back to the original of they don't. Here's if I'm because I said, well, here, this might jog you, Peter, because you started to say something and X jumped in. I said we haven't heard about Indiana Jones. I don't think Indiana Jones is going to be multi-plat. I don't, and Elder Scrolls is not.
I would definitely have Indiana Jones not be multi-plat. I mean, why would they do that multi-plat? You know? I would say it's the counterpart of like Spider-Man and stuff.
Hey, Rap.
Tied to movies. That's on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox will have Indiana Jones.
Well, and the other thing you could do is, if you really, X is talking about Microsoft being petty. Microsoft could, in theory, dangle that and say, all right, I'll tell you what. You want Indiana Jones on PlayStation? We'd like to have that new Wolverine game on Xbox. Let's talk.
That's a better comparison.
We're all about it, but they have to. But he's got to stay smart too. So he could say, Jim, I'm all about it. I'm all about putting stuff on PlayStation. I've said that before. How about you give us a little Spider-Man and Wolverine? And if Jim says no, then Phil can say, okay, well, then I have to do what I have to do. And it's funny because, going back to how crappy the games journalists are today, they'll get hounded on that. Like they're getting hounded again about Starfield.
Again. How many times did they have to say it?
I don't know.
You're not getting it. Get over it.
Right, you're not getting it. And that Chris Dring guy from Games Industry Biz, one of the things that he said that I had to respond to him on was, that they don't, it's exhausting. He said it was exhausting that people, think they console war. And I said, Chris, every time Microsoft has an exclusive game from a third-party developer, you guys in the media just go hound that developer. Why isn't it coming out on PlayStation? Is it coming out on PlayStation? Is it timed? I said, you guys don't bat an eye with Final Fantasy. And I ended my tweet by saying, we all remember Rise of the Tomb Raider. I remember that vividly because we had just gotten our podcast underway about the time that they announced that. And I remember when it popped up on the screen, Rise of the Tomb Raider exclusively on Xbox holiday 2015. And
I can go check the date. It's on my hard drive.
Eurogamer went nuts. What do you mean? How does this? What do you mean it's not coming out on PlayStation? how did you? And they went. I mean, just the media went ballistic to the point to where. I mean, Phil. This is one of the places where Phil kind of unforced errored himself because he said some things then that turned out not to be true. And then on top of that, allowed Square Enix to announce the PlayStation version a year later. For a year later, before the Xbox version even came out. So
nobody bought it.
Right. So nobody bought it, and everybody, all the PlayStation gamers waited for Rise of the Tomb Raider to come out on the PlayStation. But they don't bat an eye for Returnal, because Returnal was not internal before Housemarque was not bought at that point, or Spoken, Final Fantasy. Square Enix may as well be a first-party studio. No one goes to Square Enix and says, "Why aren't you putting games out on Xbox? Are these games coming out on Xbox?" Nobody went to Yu Suzuki and said, "Is Shenmue 3 coming out on Xbox?" Nobody bats an eye at that.
Well, I'm just waiting for it to drop when all this is over, and then like a new Pitfall comes out on Xbox Game Pass, or a new
King's Quest,
like a Retro said, a new Kaboom. He wants a new Kaboom. Gets dropped on Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Games like that get dropped in. I'm just waiting for the fodder. Why are we getting those Activision games? I'm just gonna wait for it, because I know it's going to happen over time.
But you don't think that the new Elder Scrolls will be on PlayStation?
No, Phil said no. It's Xbox only.
I think Todd Howard said it too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. They both said it. Yep.
I'm just wondering with that title why.
Because it started on PC, then when originally debuted on Xbox. So I guess they want to keep it in house from where it started, and I can respect that.
I think they need
Well,
to.
another thing is I don't think Bethesda wants to make PlayStation games.
They've never.
No, I don't think
it was always there.
I don't think he likes PlayStation that much.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons why. Number one, the PlayStation 3 was so difficult to program for, and I'm looking it up now to see if I still have it. I'm pretty sure we may have somebody on my staff may have reviewed Skyrim. I may have been retired by the time Skyrim came out, but Skyrim was the first game from Bethesda in the Elder Scrolls series that came out on PlayStation. Oblivion and Morrowind were both Xbox and PC. When Skyrim came out for the PS3, it was buggy and really bad because of the architecture.
They didn't know how to program for the cell architecture, dude.
Nobody did.
Nobody did. Sony did. Sony did. And to be fair, that harkens me back to the Saturn. I can't. That's a hard
love.
I do too, but the let's be honest. Only a couple people were able to really tap that metal and make games. So
Capcom was one.
Sega Internal, and it wasn't even AM2 was really the other.
Yeah, just AM2. Andromeda. Team Andromeda could do it too.
Team Andromeda could do it with Panzer Dragoon.
The people that made Raiden, oh my God, Radiant Silvergun, they definitely could.
Treasure.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love my Radiant Silvergun on my Saturn. I like it still better than the Xbox one.
And I think I like it better than Ikaruga.
What?
Always.
Yeah,
no,
I kind of like it better than
Radiant.
Ikaruga.
I love Radiant better than Ikaruga.
Yeah, I think it's overall. I think it takes a lot of what Ikaruga did and just made it better.
You might not notice, Peter. it's still considered one of the greatest side-scrolling shooters of all time. Radiant Silvergun, higher than
Silvergun
Ikaruga.
was vertical.
Yeah,
Yeah, vertical.
Yeah, vertical.
but you could turn either one sideways. Didn't
If
matter.
if you turn your
Ikaruga-
TV
Ika-
sideways,
If you turned
no,
your TV,
that doesn't
side-
count.
No. You could.
there was no
you could-
Tate
you-
mode.
there
There
was-
was no Tate mode in Radiant Silvergun.
and
There
Ikaruga you
was-
could.
There was in Darius Gaiden. Darius had a Tate mode, but Silvergun did not. I have them
Yeah.
both.
Oh, and you know what's funny? Sony could bring back another Thunder Force. They own the rights to that.
Do they?
Yeah.
They own. Are you really?
Yeah.
No
Thunder
way they
Force
own Thunder
was
Force.
No, that was because that.
only-
Hang on, I'm looking. That was published by Sega. That's Technosoft. That's not. That wasn't.
Thunder Force. Well, why did I only see it on Sony?
You
On
never
the,
saw it.
on the place. No. Yeah, you're right. I am so sorry. Yeah, I
That's
did play Thunder Force on my Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I'm thinking of Colony Wars.
I know. You know what?
You know-
I know what you're talking. You're so no. You are actually technically correct. Thunder Force 5
That's the one I played. and
came out
loved.
on the
Oh.
PlayStation. It came
It
out
was
on
disc.
Saturn.
Yeah,
It
was
came out on the
disc, yeah.
Saturn, and then it was ported to the PlayStation a year later. So,
Yeah.
as the Saturn was kind of making it was winding down and making it
And
making
the
way
only
for the
one you
Dreamcast.
can get with Japanese titles. Why am I echoing?
I don't know, because you're getting animated. So,
Oh Lord.
but there's still a Technosoft. I don't even know what happened to Technosoft. I don't think they're around anymore.
No, I don't think so.
So Sega owns their IP. So Sega still owns Thunder Force. According
Oh, okay.
to
They need to
what
bring
I-
that back though.
Oh, they very much do. So
Testing. Okay, Echo's gone.
yeah, so Peter, I feel like you wanted to state a case for Elder Scrolls being multiplat.
Yeah, I mean the game is like so. I mean it's like huge, very interactive, with other players. The more the merrier.
Well, I think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be single player.
Oh, is it?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect for Sony people.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah.
I thought it was like online, like all the scrolls online.
Yeah, I don't
if
believe so.
if it's just single player, then forget about it. Then
Yeah,
I would just keep
Yeah,
it wherever Game
Xbox
Pass
and
is.
PC only. Yeah,
Yeah,
Xbox PC. It'll be on Steam also though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be that's the Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind series where it's like, like Fable kind of thing. Elder Scrolls Online, they're never going to pull Elder Scrolls Online from PlayStation. You're always going to be able to play that. And Phil said you always get up, we update it just like everybody else. And so Phil Spencer,
It's a cash cow for them over
yeah.
there.
So Phil in 2021 said that, he sees the sequel to Skyrim as similar case to Bethesda following Starfield. It's not about punishing any other platform. I fundamentally believe all the platforms can continue to grow, but in order to be on Xbox, I want to be able to bring the full, complete package of what we have. And that would be true when I think about Elder Scrolls 6. That would be true when I think about any of our franchises. So I think that that game, which is going to be your story-driven, open world, big triple, I honestly, Elder Scrolls 6 would be cool. If you had that quadruple A, that's going to stay Xbox. But Elder Scrolls Online will always be multi-plat.
Microsoft has a quadruple A, from Sega. Phantasy Star. It's still not on PlayStation. It's PC and Xbox only.
I think though it's coming. I think
Right.
I
Like we're getting Final Fantasy VII, right?
no, I do believe that they are. No. I do believe that they are. Yeah, here we go. New Phantasy Star Online 2. It's on PS4. It came out in August.
Oh, so they finally got it, huh?
Yeah, it came out in August. Yeah, August 31st. So it is out on both.
Okay.
And all free to play, doesn't require PS4.
Right, just like on here.
Right. Well, right now. So, we got a little off the beaten path, but this all
It happens
leads,
on your show.
It does. It all leads back to one big fair kind of point about all this, which is Sony is playing such a victim here. Now, Axel makes some good points about how much money Call of Duty makes. There's no doubt about that. But I also like Peter's point that should not have been a reason that Sony had hitched their horse to it. And then to say, well, if we don't have Call of Duty, our first party games are going to suffer because of it.
That is such a lot of crap, man.
You're right. That was the killer part. And this is these are the same folks that are not interested in going the same route as Microsoft with their subscription service. Which
These are the same people that won't let Square Enix make any money because they want to keep it on one console. They don't even want to put it on PC. They don't even want them to put it on PC. I just don't understand that. You got, like I say, I'm sorry I'm ranting right now, but I'm a little ticked off at that. You got 150 million people, but you're probably only going to have 3 million that buy the game.
And they're going to complain, right?
Money?
Saying like, oh, it didn't sell that well.
And that's all they're going to end up saying. It didn't sell that well. It will sell well if you put it on other consoles. Ain't that right?
Failed to meet expectations.
Yeah.
And Square Enix has been saying that for a while, but yet you want to keep following your master over there and doing what they ask you to do. But in the meanwhile, you're getting broke.
The house always wins.
Well, maybe
Just saying, I said it.
They're getting in position to be acquired by Sony.
Somebody.
No, that Sony. So if anybody picks up Square Enix, it will be Sony. Sony's got $10 billion left to spend for 2023 in acquisitions. I could see. I mean, if you think about it, Square shed their Western divisions, right? So they don't have Crystal Dynamics anymore. They don't have whoever made Outriders and all that stuff. So they don't have. They're down to
Eidos Montreal, Crystal Dynamics.
Eidos Montreal was the other one they sold off. Now they just picked up Luminous, who made Forspoken. So they just picked them up. But I think 10 billion. I think 10 billion might entice Square.
Can I throw something in? Microsoft got more money.
Square's not gonna.
And they could say, why am I echoing?
I don't know.
Probably because you have YouTube on.
Yeah, Square's market cap.
No, I'm not. YouTube's not even having a voice.
Square's market cap right now is $5.56 billion. That's their market cap as of February 2023. That's
Sony's gonna get cheap. They're gonna be like, look, we'll give you 7.
But 7 would I could see 7 doing it.
But here's where Microsoft will come in. We'll give you 15.
They're not gonna go with Square won't go that direction.
I don't know.
No, typically Japanese companies tend to try their hardest to stay with Japanese companies.
Yeah.
We have national pride here, but a lot of other countries have what I call nationalism. So they're They work on different rules over
Yeah,
there.
because Activision is an American company, and Microsoft is an American company,
Right.
but they
But
won't cooperate with two American companies.
no.
But they'll let Sony buy an American company in a heartbeat.
Yes.
I still don't understand that to this day. But it is what it is.
All right. So last thoughts on this, because there's one more thing we can quickly go over, and I don't want to. I know.
Oh,
go
my
ahead.
last thought on this
Yo,
whole thing is
please.
just like I wouldn't buy into any Sony PlayStation products anymore because it looks extremely dire.
Yeah. Why would you? Why would you?
That's basically, that's what Jim Ryan really wants to tell you. He hasn't used those
Hard
exact
facts.
words yet, but
Are you trying to say kick a dog when he's down, Peter?
maybe.
Consumer confidence.
I mean, you don't let him suffer too long. You help him out of the misery.
That's
That's
right.
the humane thing to do.
You know. Just remember, it wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple years ago that the CEO of Sony said PlayStation was a niche product.
Yeah.
Maybe he was right. So, have a great night, John. Thanks for hanging out. This is I'm glad you had fun, and welcome Hasslehoff and Brother Back.
Brought it back from the dead. Here too.
Yeah, Maty, Bethesda, ABK, and now Square. It kind of sounds like a monopoly. No. You know who else never gets any attention for all the things they acquire is Embracer. You notice nobody has ever written, and I said this to Chris Dring too. You notice nobody ever writes articles about how Embracer Group is on the threshold of a gaming monopoly. And think about this for a minute. What if, hypothetically, Embracer decided we have enough content. Let's make our own streaming service, or let's make our own console, and we'll put out a console.
Embracer Pass.
Yeah, and we'll put out a console, and all of our games will be exclusive to that console.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've
They
cut
could.
off. Now you've cut off a giant chunk of the market from everybody. You don't hear anybody talking about how Embracer could do that. You don't hear anybody talking about Tencent quietly, just ever so quietly, continuing to grab a studio here, grab a studio there, grab a studio here. Last night, one of the big companies we talked about that PandaSub brought up was Apple. Apple's got $1 billion more in its market cap, or $1 trillion more in its market cap than Microsoft, and there's nothing stopping them from making a run. They have Apple Arcade. What's to stop them from going and, say, acquiring EA? So you never hear.
Yeah, and they're getting really into sports and stuff. And guess what? EA has a lot of sports game. Ties right in.
They do. I mean, it's just Microsoft. It's always just Microsoft.
You hear something sad, Mike? Apple could actually buy Sony, and would nobody stop it?
No,
Anything Microsoft does, they'll stop it.
they could buy.
That would be a monopoly.
They could buy PlayStation tomorrow. You know who else could? Amazon could.
Microsoft.
Oh, Microsoft could. That would never happen. But I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Amazon could.
I know.
Mhm.
You know,
Amazon just bought a medical thing, and people are crying about it. That the FTC just let it go through.
yeah.
And that,
You know what you give it if Amazon will buy PlayStation? That will be the Prime Station.
Nah, that's good.
Exclusive
The
on
P-
Luna.
the PPS.
Oh my goodness. Just found out
Oh.
Link and Sheamus were supposed to be in the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but Nintendo has said no because it was going to be on competing platforms. All right. Because you notice how Microsoft has put some characters in Smash Brothers, but nothing from Nintendo has really come across except for GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted Ultimate Alliance 3 to be on my Xbox, dude. I loved Ultimate Alliance. I was so mad when it didn't come to the system, dude.
Yeah.
That sucked. A lot of my friends were looking forward to Ultimate Alliance 3 and got disappointed when it was a Switch only. And then I hear it ran like crap on the Switch.
And probably didn't sell well either because you didn't hear much about it afterwards.
Nope.
So. All right. So we've eulogized.
You think Xbox just plays too nice, or at least in our eyes?
Yep.
Maybe behind the scenes they're not, but definitely on the outside it seems like everything's so kumbaya.
I want Peter Moore back to bring the cutthroat back, man.
But not the red. Light
Okay,
of Death.
Dad, now we ain't going there.
Right.
Hey, but he handled it well though.
The red light of death. Well, that was, for all the crap that Steve Ballmer took. Steve Ballmer ponied up $2 billion to get that to fix that problem.
Yep.
Mhm.
So,
Bomber didn't play, dude. He was a cutthroat person. That's what I miss about him. He was cutthroat. He went back
Bomber-
to back on anything Xbox did. He wasn't playing.
yeah.
When Bill said, "All right, let's go for it," Bomber came in and said, "We ain't playing no games. We're going cutthroat this gen. Let's do it." And
Well-
that's what they're missing.
Well, I think that I believe behind the scenes Microsoft is very pissed off. I know Activision is.
Oh,
Activision isn't even hiding they're being pissed off. They're pretty out in the open how angry they are. Microsoft is putting on a good face, but you have to think that Satya Nadella and Phil Spencer are having conversations about how they would react if this fell through because of Sony.
Oh, they're gonna make Lulu the whipping dog, dude. Lulu gonna be the whipping dog. She the whipping dog now. She's the hardcore that Xbox needs.
Yeah, but if they don't get ABK, they won't have her. I
No,
see.
they can hire her.
They're
They
not.
can hire her.
Nah,
So
Activision will.
let's talk about. I like that topic, Mike. Let's talk about what would happen if it doesn't go through. In my opinion,
Oh Lord.
that just makes it open season for Xbox to go to literally everybody, pony up billions of dollars and throw everything on Game Pass. Make it exclusive to even if it's not exclusive, make it day one on Game Pass and advertise rights the crap out of everything. And why? Because the regulators said it was okay. This is the way they want business done.
That's true.
Nobody can cry about it anymore. That's the way we were told to do business, so that's the way we're going to do it.
They can
And I
choke
would
them to
love
death.
it. I would love it. And if I was Bobby Kotick, their Call of Duty contract expires after this next one, and he wants to, they have first right of refusal. I would charge him $69 billion for that renewal
I wouldn't
because
even
that's how
renew it.
much it cost me.
Or
Just me personally,
Or-
right? Like I would go full. If I was Microsoft, I would go full scorched earth. If I was Bobby Kotick, I would go full petty with Sony. I mean, that's just the way I would do it.
or I would go like this. You're gonna love this one actually. We will give you $30 billion after your deal is done with Sony to keep Call of Duty exclusive on only Xbox.
And they
Then
could.
nothing they can do about it.
Yep.
Sony can't cry about it. That's it. It's over.
Mhm.
That's what you wanted. That's how you do it. We're going hardcore. Period. And
That's right.
that there's nothing they can do about it because those are the rules that Sony wants to play with. Done.
Done deal.
Maty says COD would be dead.
No, it wouldn't.
I don't know. The pockets would be lined.
This is remember, we still got the shooter box. Come on now. Call of Duty, even Call of Duty for the next 10 to 15 years, so-called would hurt Sony. Make your own first-person shooters. Now you're going to have to bear down and make your own stuff. And people have to come to Xbox. You can either buy it outright or go to Game Pass for it. It's your choice. There we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But would
Anyways, so like I was saying, I would just go Scorched Earth
Yep.
with it.
Just buy Capcom and Square.
Japanese company. Japanese companies.
I don't know.
Well, so is Tango.
I don't know if many will move on, Maty. I think people would go back to Xbox. I don't know if there's enough. I mean,
I would definitely get marketing rights of everything because it's all perception. Look how many people think that Hogwarts Legacy is only on PlayStation. It's ridiculous amount.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Destiny was the same
Hello?
way. Destiny was the same way. People thought Destiny was a PlayStation only game.
Yeah.
Until it came to Game Pass.
Well, but that was too late for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Scorched Earth. I do think if this falls through, Microsoft will no longer be the nice guy.
Glass will come off.
Yeah,
And there'll be nothing nobody can do about it. They said that's the way to do business.
right.
That's my favorite part about all this.
And I don't think it'll be about exclusivity. I think it'll be about Game Pass, because that's how they'll get players coming over. They'll get players because it'll be an easy point of entry. So
Game Pass and advertisement rights. There you go.
Yep. Yeah.
In other words, you reap what you sow, Sony.
Sony's lost this no matter what. Sony has lost marketing rights and exclusivity deals to Call of Duty. They've burned that bridge. That bridge has been napalmed. That bridge is gone. Bobby Kotick has all but said that. That Activision shareholders will punish Sony for this. That is something I am absolutely positive of, because shareholders care about money. I said this last week. They're going to lose a $65 billion deal because of Jim Ryan, and shareholders will not take kindly to that. So whatever deal Sony has had with Bungie, with Activision, you can basically light that on fire, because they
burned their bridge with EA too.
That is gone.
Nathan Fisher in the chat says, no, they didn't. Take Him says they will go straight to Sony and hug it out.
Yeah. I saw a few people say that, and I'm like, you guys don't understand. From a gamer's perspective, sure, you look at it that way, but I guarantee you most of the investors that invest in gaming companies aren't gamers. They just
Yeah, you know what's going to do to the stock price of ABK if the deal falls through?
It's going to tank it.
Yeah.
And Bobby Kotick
nobody
ain't
will
gonna
be
be happy too. Instead of just the $3 billion to them, he lost that. If this deal doesn't go through, he loses $300 million to walk away at the end of this. So you're
He'll lose
leaving
his
Bobby
golden
Kotick
parachute,
in
too.
charge. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's his parachute. So
I would think Bobby
Like-
Kotick gets at least maybe anywhere between 5 to 10 billion off this deal.
so he's gonna be pissed, and he's gonna be like, "What do you want again, Sony?" Yeah, not happening. Oh, wait a minute. You don't want us to put our game in Game Pass? Guess what? It's going into Game Pass.
Well, he
Hey,
doesn't
you
have a.
won.
Nothing about it.
I'm pretty sure there's no contract in place. I'm pretty sure there's no contract in place for Crash and Spyro and Sierra and those.
Nope.
Yeah, the goal is still to make money, but this idea that I don't buy the idea, especially now that they can't make that money with Xbox.
Mhm.
The Call of Duty community left Xbox to go to PlayStation when the marketing moved. If the marketing moves back, the gamers are going to go there too.
Oh,
The
yeah.
gamers are going to, I mean, they're going to, there's a way to make money without Sony basically owning the game.
I have to tell you a fact that goes upon this. So, you only got what 30 million, maybe 35 million Game Pass users, right? But you probably got 80 million that are just regular Xbox Live Gold. These Xbox Live Gold members, if they see that there is a good game on Game Pass, they will buy it instead of going to Game Pass. That's money and revenue that no one talks about. Game Pass is still making money outside of Game Pass with their users, but no one ever brings that up. 80 million extra people with gold. Why does everybody forget about gold members? That's the part that bothers me. Everybody thinks that just the Game Pass users are the only people on Xbox. It's like people need to learn their facts.
Because
and
that's
learn.
a lower number. That's why. They can say, look, Xbox not doing well. Number is low. That's why.
And how many of those people think that bought Hi-Fi Rush that didn't want Game Pass right now? How many people?
I doubt Hi-Fi Rush has sold much at all. People are playing it on Game Pass.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell that to the Steam people that bought it.
I'm talking about on Xbox.
Right, I'm talking about on Xbox too. But there are people that just buy games outright, dude.
There are.
And
There certainly are.
that contributes to the developer and Microsoft. So say, baby, okay, let's just estimate it's sold 10 million, but you had 20 million people playing it on Game Pass. That's 5 million. I'm going to bring it down some. But you had many people that bought it in gold to have the ability to play this great game that they heard about because it wasn't that much. Microsoft never gives numbers, remember? So you will never, ever know how many people bought it. But all you're going to see is they're making revenue on this game. They do say they're making revenue on this game. Where you getting the revenue from? The game was only $30, $40 if you bought the premium version. Some people might have just wanted to play the game. Even people that are on silver, which nobody talks about, there is a silver account that Xbox has for people that have signed in for Xbox. Those are the people that can play the Fortnite and the Halo, which is free to play. You
Right.
don't have to have gold to play it online. It's included without gold and without Game Pass. But what about those players? They say, you know what? I should buy this game and check it out. They don't get the discount for buying the game, but they do want to play the game. But because they're not real gold members, they don't count them in the subscription. But there are people that just have silver that just wants to play their regular games that they buy and throw in.
Hi-Fi
But
Rush.
no one thinks about that.
Hi-Fi Rush on Steam, by the way, is 78 out of 100 as far as where they are sales-wise. So that has slowed down quite a bit.
Well, yeah, the game's about a month old now? All games do slow down.
I mean, it came out. When did it come out? It came out. It came out the 16th. It hasn't been out that long.
Yeah. That would be over a month ago. The 16th of January.
When was that? When was that creator, the Bethesda?
The middle of January. But like I was saying, Microsoft
25th.
doesn't.
Yeah, so it's been out a month.
Microsoft doesn't talk about that though. They want to keep that information in their back pocket. Sony doesn't have a silver program like that, where people can just, get a game. You have to be connected. You have to be. But on Xbox, I could cancel my stuff today. I've had it happen before. I'll just revert to silver. And I'll still be able to play my games. I'll still have cloud save. But I won't be able to play online. That's the thing.
Correct.
Microsoft just started online play for games, a few years back, without requiring the online to play.
I think that was
you
last
won't
year.
have, because I had some friends that had just silver because they didn't renew their regular Xbox Live subscription, but I was still able to chat with them via just the not party chat. What do you call that? The other one, private chat version of it, where you could just chat with them.
That's party chat.
I was still able to. No, there's something else other than party chat. A lot of people don't know about.
No, there's game chat, which is in game, and there's party chat, which is the private party chat.
No, there's something else other than party chat. Unless they got rid of it. But you did used to be able to private chat with someone without it being party chat.
Axel, do you know? Because I'm only aware of party chat and Discord, but that's not. That's
no, not Discord.
Last year.
Yeah.
Not Discord.
No, I'm only aware of party chat.
Yeah, there isn't.
I'm gonna go research it. Then I'll send it to you in the DMs when I check it out, because I forgot the name of it, but we did it all the time.
Unless you were texting on your phone, I don't know what you're.
Nah, just because you don't know about it doesn't mean that it wasn't real.
I'm pretty sure.
Just because you make it up doesn't mean it's real.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I think you are confused. I think you are confusing something with something. Because
Pikachu lit my butt on fire. Do you see me talking about it?
Pikachu lit my butt on fire.
All right, I think that's our cue. All
Yeah.
right, last
time.
Last thoughts on Sony before we move on. Peter gave his. Axel, last thought.
On Sony?
Yeah. Are they gonna die? Are we eulogizing them?
I don't think so. People, millennials and zennials are growing up on PlayStation, and there is such a thing as sticking to what's familiar. Now, I'm not even going to call it brand loyalty. I'm going to call it sticking to what's familiar. And whether Sony has Call of Duty or not, those people are still going to buy their console, and they're going to be just fine. They're going to be just fine. Nobody needs to worry about them. Jim Ryan might have to take, instead of making $100 million in bonuses this year, this time he'll have to, settle for $99 million in bonuses. Life is tough when you're on the top,
Right.
That's my opinion of it. I think it's all exaggeration and dog and pony show for the regulators, but there's no meat behind it, any of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think Sony's digging their own grave, and they're getting scared because their bones are starting to come out of their mouth for all the drama that they started. So let the bones lie where they lie, and let's see how this finally turns out, and move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You agree, Axel? Yep.
Chris, any last words? No, I'm okay.
You should have dumped that stock. Yeah.
Dump that stuff.
Dump that
Hell
stuff.
no.
Oh my goodness.
Dump it while it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's funny.
One last thing to talk about real quick. Pull up.
Are you about to pull that beautiful rally video up?
Hell yeah.
No
Better.
spoilers.
Right, no spoilers. We didn't
It's
see
right
this
up there
earlier.
on the list.
Just gotta ruin a good thing, don't you?
I know. I've heard that from so many women.
Damn. I don't know if I would brag about that one.
Yeah, really.
You know what? I'm 57
There we go.
years old. I
Forza
have nothing
Horizon
left to hide.
Rally.
No.
Yeah.
thought?
Forza Horizon, yeah.
It's about time. Right, Peter? It's about damn
Yes.
time.
Let's get it.
We finally get
But I
rally
hope it's
racing
more
again.
rally than. Hopefully it's
Why y'all keep
it's a,
blocking
it's
the
a
view? Now I
tight,
gotta
tight
go pull
rally
up
and not too
YouTube
loosey
again.
goosey
Cause y'all keep pulling it up. Oh,
like Forza Horizon 2 open world with just a voice from a chopper.
get in the chopper.
I
New.
Oh. Hold on, did you hear? Okay. So I think that's what you're getting, Peter. If you let me go back a second.
Yeah.
I'll call your route from the air.
Are you about to do your own rewind right now? That's gonna be sick, man.
But look, it does have Peter, it does have the the navigation pieces on it. So I mean that's
The
good.
co-pilot. You have the co-pilot.
But the co-pilot's going to be in the air. That's what the guy in the video said. So the helicopter pilot's going to be your co-pilot.
No, usually the co-pilot is your side passenger. But
No, that's-
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, listen
You
again.
know why they did that probably? Because otherwise you need to have a second person in the car with a clipboard on their knee.
Yeah.
With all animation and all the stuff.
Yep.
This is
Yep,
The easy
hold on.
way out.
Yeah, listen to what he
True.
says.
That's true.
Hold on.
yeah, I'm definitely interested. Hopefully they can do a good job with that.
Hopefully I can get my e-brake for my Fanatic stuff so I can just tap the e-brake when I want to hit those corners.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in this too. We've been waiting how long, Peter, for rally racing to finally hit?
Yeah, a long time.
I mean, don't get me
Ever
wrong.
since Rally Sport Challenge 2.
Yep. Don't get me wrong. WRC has been fair. Dirt 5's been a good one. So, but this is Forza Horizon. Brother Scott's in the house. So, and it's coming.
But why is it March
month.
29? I mean, why announce it so far in advance? It's not that,
I
they
know.
could have stealth dropped this.
They could have. That would have been a great stealth drop.
What? Stealth dropped them?
They could have stealth dropped this.
What? Why? Everybody knows it was a second expansion was coming.
I know, so they could have dropped it.
Yeah, they could have said,
Available
hey,
now.
it's available
Yeah,
now.
yeah. No,
I
let's
love
play.
this trailer. You know
It's
what?
like
They
a
can
month-
stuff drop these
month
nuts.
out.
I love this trailer.
Right, but I don't want to play a trailer. I want to play the expansion.
I'd
That
rather,
is true.
I
I guess
would
that-
rather them
That
stealth.
hits different, doesn't it?
I would
Yeah.
rather them stealth drop Forza Motorsport.
They're not going to
No, I
stealth
don't-
drop.
No.
it.
No,
That
they're
needs
gonna
to
get the
be big.
pre-orders, the steering wheels. There's no way.
Some people already got that stuff.
That game is unfortunately that game is going to come back and bite Microsoft in the ass because that's one of the ones they promised that was going to come out before June and it ain't making it.
They ain't making
It ain't making June.
Well, I hope Starfield gets pushed back to September.
Why?
Why?
Because I'm evil like that.
Why do you want to make?
Because
why do
I
you wanna
want
make Phil
Forza
out-
more than I want Starfield.
Well, I get that, but you're gonna make one of these games gonna make Phil out to be a liar. Unfortunately, that's
One of the
unfortunate.
games being
If not
delayed
both
is
of
gonna
them.
make
If
somebody
not both
mad.
of them. Yeah, because these were in the E3 press conference that these
They
are
were in
games
the
that are
window.
coming out next year. In the next 12 months, and we don't have a date. So we're getting. Yes, they did promise that. They literally said we covered it. We covered that event live. Phil
The
said
E3 of Dreams.
every game that they showed at that showcase last year was going to come out in the next 12 months. Peter, you heard it, right?
Yes. Yep.
We all
I
heard
heard
him say that. We all heard it. That was
Oh.
what they said.
Since Phil, you saw
I
the
heard it
Phil
with my own
video,
eyes.
right? And he says we're preparing for the showcase, right? At E3, right? Wouldn't it be funny if one of those gets dropped, before E3, and then the next one becomes a stealth drop at E3? That way he kept the window.
And talk about hitting
I
the
don't
window
think any of
on your
those will get
by the
stealth
skin
dropped.
on your
No.
teeth, though.
It's gonna be big ads all over the place.
No. Yobi,
Yeah.
Yobi, we're splitting words here, man. That is splitting hairs.
We're promised
You-
in a game.
You cannot. Yo,
It's a technicality right
no,
there.
You can't. I'm not with you on this one, brother. You cannot open your show and say everything we are showing you.
Phil was on
is
his knees. He
coming
said,
out
"I
in the
promise."
in the next
Yeah,
12
no, he did not do
months.
that.
He didn't say I swear on my children, but he didn't have to, and these are going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah, it is actually.
It is going to come back
Definitely.
to bite him
Because
he
no one's going
never
to trust you ever again when
never
you make a
should've-
promise.
Lies of P.
Hey.
There you go, brother Maty.
Lies of Phil. Oh my
Lies
God,
of-
I just
lies of
caught that.
P. Wow. Maty's salty tonight. I love it. It's good.
Who's salting the chat?
Now you know
Maty,
somebody
my
gonna pick
brother
that
Maty,
up on
who it
Twitter.
is awesome.
You know
it is
somebody gonna
awesome
pick that
to
up.
see. I haven't seen Maty in a good almost year. It is great to have him back in the chat, man. I've missed Maty.
If those games don't come out, Mike, I bet you're gonna use that phrase, aren't you?
You're damn right, because we call it like it is. So
Oh my goodness, man.
When was the Xbox showcase last year? June?
It was in June.
6th, I think. Wasn't
All
it?
right, I'm almost to June. Hold on. I am going
Oh.
to find this.
He said 12
graphic.
months, so I'll give him a little bit of space in between those dates.
It was like June 13th or something, wasn't it?
it was June. Hold on, I'm pulling up the video. It was
So both Jim and Phil will have long noses.
yes. So
Phil Line Spencer.
I-
Imagine that one.
hold on, I'm coming out.
Oh, no.
But that Lola is in charge of communications for EA, for Activision, right?
But she's their EVP.
Right. I'm sorry. If they do merge, I'm sorry.
All right, here we go. I got it, Mike. I got it.
You got it?
Let me forward this to you in the
Give me-
DMs.
Give me.
Oh,
I've got
shoot.
it. I've got it up. Give me the timestamp.
No. It's not a video.
Oh.
All
do you-
right. I should have sent it to you on Twitter. You should see it.
All right. Was there promises made?
There was a whole graphic made.
All right, hold on.
Wow.
Hold on.
Axel got
Axel
skills
coming-
too. You forget.
Axel coming with receipts. Oh yeah, here we go. Hold on.
Let me get my-
Let me hang
I
on.
gotta see this.
Hang on. Coming to Xbox PC over the next 12 months.
And those first 4 titles up on 2023. One of them's Diablo. Well,
Yep.
what's that next one, Mike?
And Diablo's coming June 6th. So, Redfall,
Mm-hmm.
Starfield,
Liar.
Forza Motorsport,
Liar.
Minecraft Legends.
Well,
that was
technically,
good.
he's not lying yet, but
Not yet. Not yet. So
Not
so
yet.
so there are folks out there who are good friends
The
of
marchers.
ours.
We still got
the
4 more months.
marchers. There are the marchers that are they are determined that Starfield will come out in March.
That's right.
tomorrow we get an announcement for the Starfield show.
What time is that show?
I don't
It
know.
hasn't been announced.
It hasn't been announced.
Anyways,
What?
So Redfall is in May. Forza is coming 2023. Minecraft Legends is next
So
month.
what's the source of this this imagery?
this is from the official Xbox account on Twitter.
Oh, hold on. There is a technicality. Ooh.
All titles targeting to release over the next 12 months. Oh my God, so it's not a
Targeting.
promise.
Targeting. Ah, Yobi's looking at the
Wow.
he's looking at the fine
Oh man.
print.
There's a
Ah,
little
That's what
fine
I
print on the
always
bottom.
say. Always read the fine print.
All
Wow.
Fine
titles.
print, man.
targeting. Let me make sure that
The
there's
fine print.
the fine print.
Isn't that,
That is the
isn't that
hedging.
deceptive?
That is the hedging of the bet right there. They're still
I'm sorry.
they're still
a
gonna
Sony
get
move.
raked over the coals. It's right. It's just deceptive. They're gonna get raked
That's
over
a
the coals
Sony
for this.
move.
They are gonna get. I don't care what you say. They're gonna get raked over the coals for this, and it will be rightly so because you don't put that in small print and then putting up here coming to Xbox over the next 12 months. You should have set it up here. Hopefully, coming to Xbox over the next 12 months. So
Yeah,
Fingers
they're
crossed.
They're gonna
Right.
get raked over the coals. You're right, Mike.
we'd
are.
really love for these games to come in. over
The
the next-
asterisks, the fine print.
the asterisk, the fine print. Where's Oreos
Oh,
on that list? That
wow.
made it. So, you know what else is not on here? Is the Hot Wheels second. It's not the Forza Horizon second thing, the rally.
Yeah,
thing.
but that DLC is different though. That could
Rally,
come
yeah.
out anytime.
But anyways, I am loving this rally expansion. Mike. Mike, are you there? Can you hear me, Mike?
I got you.
Mike.
I hear you.
Sega Rally Championship on the Saturn, right? Basically, an arcade perfect port.
Well,
And
we
then
all
Sega
have
Rally
Saturns.
Championship 2 on the Dreamcast. You remember that bad boy?
We all have Dreamcast.
Oh,
That's right.
this is the point in the show when I get up from my.
Oh God, he's going to look for a game. Thanks.
I got him
Thanks.
too, Mike. I got him
Thanks.
too. I understand.
Bad Axel. Bad Axel. You just had to get him up, didn't you?
I do. Mike's
Do
my
I-
Sega buddy. That's all I know.
Do I remember Sega Rally and Sega Rally 2? I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still shrink wrapped.
Hell no.
Did you play them?
I have
They're still
played
shrink
these.
wrapped.
I have played these. No. I play these. So now, Axel, I don't just have Sega Rally Championship for the Saturn. I have the Sega Rally. Let me here.
I was gonna say that's really small over here, Mike.
I have the Sega Rally Championship Plus
Ooh, the
Netlink,
network.
the Netlink edition, which
Ah.
also happened to be compatible with the 3D analog controller.
Oh man,
I got that.
for even better control.
I got
Jeez,
that.
Mike.
The one for Knights. Yeah, I got that one.
And
That's
it came with I can't remember how I got it, but that is
Oh, look
a
how clean
not,
that disc is.
not for
Looks-
resale.
not
resale.
for resale.
you must have gotten it during your reviewing days.
Nope. Because I wasn't reviewing back then. Yeah, my discs are pristine.
Nice.
You know what I'm gonna do next time I see you, Mike? I'm gonna go gig in my box, and I'm gonna pull out my Sega Master System.
That
Why is
I
it in a
don't have.
box? That's already a crime in itself, sir.
Yeah,
Explain.
that's true.
It's in a box because I don't have nowhere for my gaming setup right now.
I don't know what
I
you
need
got
to
there.
get a
If you got
bigger
kids,
place.
kick them out. Whatever. You make room.
In fact, Axel, I used Sega Rally Championship 2. I don't know if I still have this video or not. Give me a second. Marseille. Let's see if I did a video. It's on, hang on. It's on the channel. I used Sega Rally Championship 2 for my M Classic stuff because I have my Dreamcast hooked up to that.
So you're streaming.
Yes. Yep. And let's see.
Where's the Orioles on the list that made it?
Hey, Mike, didn't you say you did not have a
They're
copy
playing with our
of,
emotions. They sure are, Lance Jennings. They sure
Those
are.
things, Star Gladiator? That you did not have a copy of that?
I don't have Star Gladiator anymore.
Well, I'm gonna look through my stuff, and like I said, I'm gonna send you the extra copy that I have. I don't have the case for it though. I'm keeping my original case, but I do have an extra copy.
No, awesome. Thank you.
That's a great game. I love Star Gladiator, dude. Me and my son still from time to time go at it.
All right, why is this not working? Do it this way.
And I might pull out my PS1 and play me some Bloody Roar. I love Bloody Roar.
So when I see Forza Horizon Rally, right?
All right, sorry.
I start hearing that, like, U-turn 300 meters, blah blah blah, right? All those call-outs, which every rally game has it, right? But there's just a certain way of announcing it that was special to Sega Rally that I feel that Forza Horizon is recapturing. Because the guy on Sega Rally you can tell he was a computer. He wasn't a person. Right? So to me, that announcement, that announcement of the track, hard right turn followed by hard left turn, those little announcers to me is what really makes Rally awesome to me. And I haven't really played rallying games, Dirt 5 or World Rally Championship or any of that stuff. So I don't know if they're great. I heard Dirt 5 was pretty good.
Yeah, Boom plays.
But when I saw Dirt 5, I didn't really think rally. I saw dirt racing. Oh, Rally Sports Challenge and Rally Sport Challenge 2. Wow.
This is
I had that one.
This is our jam.
Yeah, I had that one.
This one, Rally Sport 2, was XSN Sports. You could do
Xbox
actual
Sport Network?
Yep. You could actually do XSN Sports lets you do online multiplayer, and you can actually do rallies, like real rallies with it. It was awesome.
That is cool.
And if I remember, you could go up against your friends in the leaderboard.
Look at this. This is how pristine my stuff is. I still have an unused 2 months free trial on Xbox Live.
You might want to use that before it expires, Mike.
Yeah, I know, right? And I have my XSN.
Hey, I wonder if you type that code in now, Mike, do you think you'll get a game or 2 months of Xbox Live Gold?
I don't know. I am not scratching that off.
What is that?
This is
the booklet.
This is the Xbox booklet that had games like and see, now we're getting into that had like Grab with Ghoulies, Voodoo Vince, Project Gotham Racing 2.
That was my life.
And
right
the XSN stuff. NFL Fever, NHL Rivals, Inside Drive, which was one of the best basketball games on the market at the time, bar none.
Amped.
Links, Top Spin, and Amped. Yep.
Oh, Top Spin. I know
Top Spin.
Xbox Sports Network needs to come back.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Crimson Skies, baby.
Midtown Madness 3.
Fantasy Star Online.
Fantasy Star Online.
Midtown Madness.
Yes. So, and then my other rally game, because I used to play a lot of Colin McRae as well. I do have, but this game holds a very special
Test Drive V
Beast
Rally
Wars.
was amazing.
So there's a reason that this game holds a very special place in my heart. Besides the fact that this was an incredible rally game that had a track editor. But that was my very first ever box quote. And
The definitive rally racing game on the Sega Dreamcast.
when I
Dreamcast HQ. That's you?
that was me.
Damn, I'd frame that.
I have a picture of it that I have, but this is that is one of 3 box quotes to my name. I have one for
Screw
Dreamcast
X-Blade,
HQ.
You're way better.
I have one for Dreamcast HQ, and I have 2. I actually have 2 Next Level Gaming box quotes.
Nice.
One of them for a game called Chase, and one of them for an Xbox, and one of them for a game called Downforce on PlayStation.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no. Here's what excites me, and also, I'm not going to say it worries me. It excites me again, but it might make me have a lot of regret in the future. Forza Motorsport is the definitive track racer simulator, in my opinion, right? I think it does everything better minus the replays than the competition. Forza Horizon is by far the best racing game ever made, the best arcade racer ever made. I mean, it is not even a competition. Everybody might as well stop competing because they are just so dominant. Do you think that Forza Horizon Rally is going to outshow all the other rally games out there? You know, the World Championship Rally, the Dirt Fives of the world, you know, all those other ones that are supposed to be just rally games, and they release on a fairly decent cadence, right? Do you think that Forza Horizon is gonna just wipe the floor with them in this? And if they do, this is why I come into my little regret, is Forza Horizon Rally may not become a common thing. It may not be Forza Horizon 6 is going to get a rally expansion. It might not. We might never see it again.
It should be built in. It doesn't have to be an expansion. It should be like a
It
mode.
should be, but what if it's not? That's where my regret comes in, right? But do you think that Forza Horizon Rally is going to basically put on a masterclass to all these other rally games? Because if you look at the reviews of other rally games, I don't think a single one scored over an 8.5.
I think Dirt 5 did.
Dirt 5 may have.
What about the latest WRC? I think it is. Forgot what it's
WRC?
called.
See, WRC has never been a great series. It's always been.
I don't know if
always
that's
been
the one.
missing WRC is the one that's come out every year. That one seems to be
WRC
missing.
is more semi.
Yeah,
That's
but
the-
WRC 9 scored an 81.
but it always seems to be missing something in my.
Well, that's because they
opinion.
keep it in the simulated.
Dirt 5
I
at
don't-
its highest
That's-
scored
What about
an 83.
Generations?
But Dirt 4 Rally scored an 85. So, but you get what I'm getting at. You know, Forza typically scores in the 90s,
Yes.
right? So that's what I'm just getting at. Do you think it's going to give them this master class in rally
I don't
design?
No, because it is still being designed off of Forza Horizon itself. It's still just an expansion. It's not its own. If Playground and Turn 10 decided to make an actual rally racer specific, then you're talking now you're talking about a different story. But at the end of the day, this is still an expansion to Forza Horizon. It's still based on the same mechanics as Forza Horizon. So I don't think, and I'm with Yobi on this, I don't think it goes up against games like Dirt 5. I don't think it goes up. I don't think, because there's also some other things missing, and I'm gonna I'm gonna go to Rally Sport Challenge for a minute because part of what makes a rally game is not just the roads and the tracks, but the different types of rally racing there is. It's not just point-to-point racing. There are hill climbs. There are other types of rally racings. I don't believe that Forza Horizon 5 is going to match all of that.
Yeah, because you got Pikes Peak always in a rally game, and a whole bunch of different courses. You got courses in France. You got courses in Italy.
Yeah, and then you have the snow ones. You know?
Yeah. Dirt has always been the definitive rally game after Rally Sport Challenge. Like, there's a Rally Sport Challenge was the definitive. Dice, this was, I know Peter and I are on the same page on that. This is always, in fact, I went back and I looked at my score for Rally Sport Challenge 2, and I'm pretty sure I gave this damn near 100%. It sits in Metacritic at 87, and I'm almost positive that's part of that is because of my review being as high as it was.
You skewed the score, Myke.
Well, yeah. Well, Playboy gave it 100. That's all you need to know. Yeah, I gave it a 96%. Yeah. So again, not to I sometimes this is just nostalgic for me. So you have to bear with me. But here's Rally Sport Challenge 2 on Metacritic. And here's my old review. When the dust settles, Rally Sport Challenge 2 is the best racing game I've ever played. And I stand by that to this day.
Is it Rally Sport or Rally Sports?
Rally Sport with no S at the end. So here,
why can't I find this on Metacritic?
Okay, you want to go there, Myke?
Challenge.
You want to go there, Myke?
Yeah.
To me, the greatest racing game will always be Burnout 3 Takedown. I don't care what nobody says.
That's not a
Everybody's
racing
got
game.
their own
That's
opinion.
an arcade
It
racer.
is. It's an arcade racer, just like Forza Horizon is. Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What's that other rally game? There was WRC, and then there's another one.
It was the Auto Rally last year.
Yeah, but that was a top-down. Yeah,
I know. I tried it. I couldn't get into it.
I'm trying to remember, Peter. You're right. There was another rally game. Dirt was one. Dirt came from
Colin McRae rally.
Right, but Colin McRae became Dirt when Colin McRae passed away.
So Yobi says, "Can I be honest? I believe the Rally DLC is a welcome back / visiting their roots from the rally games on OG Xbox."
I
Could be.
don't necessarily
Xbox
disagree.
never had a rally.
Yeah, they did.
Game.
Rally Sport Challenge, but it was made by Dice.
Oh yeah.
So Dice, of course, is with EA now. So yeah, here we go. Rally Sport Challenge 2. What did I give Rally Sport? Now that I'm thinking about it, let's see what I gave the original. Yeah, unfortunately, now we go down a rabbit hole, and I don't want to.
And those are not BC, right?
They are not, which is a
See, and that's
travesty.
a shame.
A travesty. So,
Yes.
I don't have the.
And by the way, guys, just your
they don't have
in case you don't know, of course, Mega Man being one of my best games ever made.
We know. I
In
saw
2010, this day, Mega Man 10 released. Just saying. I bought it, and of course, I
That
beat
must
it.
have been Dirt Rally.
Hold on, that wasn't my review. Oh, that was Chris Wilson's review. My old.
Oh, you're
editor,
trying to take
he did
credit.
it. I thought that
libel,
was mine.
libel.
So we gave that a 96. He gave that a 96. I'll back him up on that though, because this was a damn near perfect rally racing game, bar none. Bar none. So that was our score that we gave the game.
All right.
So
That's got to be a good.
So I'm
I don't care what anybody say. Burnout 3 Takedown. Thank you.
okay. All right. So
All right, here we go. Colin McRae Rally, V Rally, Dakar Rally, Rally X, Namco's Rally X, Rally Championship Series, Sega Rally, Sebastian Loeb Rally, Evo,
I remember that. Yeah.
Top
Oh,
Gear
yeah.
Rally, Road Race, Rally, Rush Rally, Expand Rally, World Rally Series,
Dirt
Death
Rally.
Rally, and Carnage Rally.
And there was Dirt Rally.
Yeah.
Before Dirt 5.
Colin McRae Rally turned into Dirt Rally.
Correct.
And Burnout 3 Takedown got the highest rating out of
That's
all
not a
those
dirt.
games.
That's not a rally game.
No. Yes, they were exclusive. They were. You can see it right on the box. Only on Xbox. No,
That's right.
Because these were published by Microsoft. These were Microsoft Game Studios games. DICE just wasn't. I can't remember who owned DICE at that time. I don't know if DICE was owned by EA at that time or not.
Mm-hmm.
And Digital Illusions had a piece of this too. So.
Oh, that one it was okay to buy other companies
So
without
Digital
any drama.
Illusions is DICE, and they were Digital Illusions at that time. So this was Carl Magnus Tredson, and then on the Microsoft side, let's see, who was the? I'm pretty sure this was during the Shane Kim times. I'm almost positive Shane Kim was the head of Xbox Studios at the time, because this was pre Phil taking over as Xbox Studios. So.
All right.
All right, so Forza Horizon
Before you go,
Rally.
do me a favor. Just humble me. Pull out the ratings for Burnout 3 Takedown, please.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Hey, I get one moment.
93 and
Dang.
90, 93 and 94. It was not as high as Rally Sport Challenge. Sit down.
Sit down.
Go again, Jesus.
Oh man, Burnout Paradise was only 87.
Because Burnout Paradise sucked. It wasn't traditional.
Of course it wasn't. It was fighting for Need for Speed.
No, at the time when they came out with that Burnout Paradise, they were trying to compete with Test Drive because everybody was playing Test Drive because it was an open world game. So
yeah,
after that, EA decided to give that a try.
Yeah, I mean,
That's where that came from.
Test Drive Unlimited was definitely open. I loved that game. That was a game.
Oh my! There's supposed to be a new one coming out this year, dude.
Yeah,
you know that,
Silver
right?
or Crown Royal, whatever it's called. I don't think it's coming out this year.
I don't know, but whenever it does, I'm buying it day one.
Solar Crown. You haven't heard jack about it in a year. It's not coming out this year.
That's a good thing. I'm not mad about it.
So. All right. Last words on Forza Horizon Rally, and it is 12:25. I got to get us all out of here. Poor Peter said, "Can we stick to 11 o'clock?" And we're now an hour and a half over, dude. So I have once again.
I forgot to say what time zone.
Yeah, I have once again failed Peter. So, last words on Forza Horizon Rally.
We're getting good DLC. Everybody enjoy it. And have fun.
Love it.
Not breaking up.
So, Peter, last words?
Looking forward to it. Hopefully it manages expectations.
Agreed. Axel?
I can't wait, man. I'm so glad I got the Ultimate Deluxe Edition, so it's included. So I get to download this bad boy and just have access to it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Me and Doggy Dog, we're gonna get on and be driven off the road by Dreadpool as usual.
I didn't know Dreadpool was that evil, dude.
Dude, Dreadpool is vicious in racing. Dreadpool does not lose at racing.
I'm so glad.
One way or another, he's winning.
Maty says, "Great show, guys. I like this Axel guy. Great stuff tonight. Good night, brother Maty.
Thank you so much, Maty. Please don't forget to catch me on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern on my channel, Axel1324 Gaming.
It is in the description. Scroll down. It's in the description below.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting us out of here. You already did your outro, Axel. You beat me to it.
Yay!
Now, where else can they find you, brother Axel?
So they can also find me on Twitter and on Xbox, Axel1324, just like you see it written right here. And yeah, that's it. Just give me a shout out. Give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. I am still trying to get, to my first 1,000 followers, much like everybody else, so I can get monetized. Don't know if I'll make any money, but I just want to get there, goals.
Goals. You
deserve to
You'll
get to that
there,
point.
dude.
It is criminal that you are not at 1,000 subs yet. For what you guys do on that show, it is a personal travesty to me.
Your show is so much fun, Axel. I love watching your show, man. I stopped watching Crossfire because of your show.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
I was like, okay, Crossfire. Okay, now Axel time, gotta go, 7 o'clock. And then,
That's right.
like I said, I gotta go over to GRG and listen to the rest of your show later on. But
Yeah, no, we try to keep it short, but sometimes we just get into it, man. And next thing you know, the show's 2.5 hours long, and it's like,
oh yeah,
we only had an hour's worth of topics, guys. What's going on here?
especially when you do game musicals. I'm like, oh my god.
I love our games.
I know, right?
Yes.
Brother Bigblock just rolled in. He said, rolling in late. Probably missed the Sony bashing.
We were nice to them today, believe it or not.
But
is that
Big
what-
Block
is that what we're
Plymouth
calling
will
it?
fill you in. Sony can kick rocks. No, I'm just kidding.
They probably will, because they probably gonna be on them streets in a few years.
It's a Call of Duty. Oh my goodness.
I had to
It's
get
either
a
Prime
little-
Station or Apple Station. There you go.
PPS, baby, come play the PPS.
Oh my goodness.
Say hello to the PlayStation.
Or will it
Apple
be the
Arcade.
iStation or something?
The iStation.
The ISP, the IPS. Oh,
IPS.
The iRack looks unstable. Oh my god. All right. Sir X.
what?
Always a always a pleasure, man. Where can they find you? Do
I
they
don't
want to
know,
find
somewhere.
you? I don't know, man. Do they want to find you?
I just pop in places, and just hang out with people and that I know. Most of the
do.
time, you'll see me on GRG at 6 o'clock. Pardon me, on 8 o'clock Central God's time. That'd be 9 o'clock for you people on the East Coast. That's pretty much it. I'll be popping in the chats, hanging out with people every now and then. I'll drop in on the show and kick it.
Yes, you
I'll probably be on Xbox show if he has a show this week, 448 with the next podcast. Other than that, that's it, everyone. Y'all know where to find me. My name is exactly the same on Xbox and Twitter, has it spelled here. And just enjoy your gaming and have fun.
All right. Peter?
Well, you can find me here every Tuesday, or most Tuesdays, right?
Right?
9:30 p.m. Eastern. And you can find me on Twitter at ACK360, on Xbox HDK, PlayStation HDK360, and HDK360 on Steam.
Yeah.
You play, you name it.
Play.
Nice. Chris? All right, Chris doesn't want to tell anybody where he's at. Okay. You
I
can,
haven't heard this all night.
I know, he's been awfully quiet tonight.
You
Yeah.
agreed with everything we said.
Yes. Yes.
Why can't I hear him? You got me blocked or something?
Must have been. Maybe he was the thumb that was down and ours were up, but majority rules.
That's right. All right, and as for me, you can find me here as well most Tuesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Is he talking
then-
to you now?
I don't know. Are we having a seance
can't hear
or
him?
something? I don't know.
No, I see him up there, but I haven't heard him all night.
I know. He's just still waving. He's just waving at everybody with his Dallas Cowboys t-shirt. I guess he's in mourning still.
Oh God.
So you can find me here on the NLG show and streaming on whatever day I feel like it. Atomic Heart's coming up. And then I keep saying it, but one of these days, Peter and I will do another co-op stream. We've got stuff to finish too.
We do.
So we got to get to Peter the Friday or Thursday night or Friday night with Peter and Myke, whichever day. I don't care at this point. And do some co-op streaming. But I'm also going to be working on Atomic Heart and start seeing how that looks. And you can find me on Twitter at NLGMullis, MULLIS, my last name. You can find our official Twitter at OG_NL Gaming. Yep, Back from the Dead has it right. Eventually Halo Infinite. We didn't even talk about Season 3 because Axel didn't watch anything about it, which disappoints me.
Oh, it's funny you said that. As the show was going on, I read everything about it. I'm ready.
Oh, good. So just when we're ready to... Oh, Parent Pluck's here. And Morning Legends. So you could also find me on Xbox at Stinger NLG, PlayStation at The Original NLG, and Switch nowhere because I don't play on Switch. Same with Steam and Epic and all that. Sorry, guys, I'm not a PC.
Oh yeah,
guy
definitely
anymore.
find me on Quest, Axel 1324.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, what about you, Myke?
That's right. You can find me on on Quest as NLG Mullis as well. And Axel, we might have to play some Star Trek Bridge Crew or something. Because
we're definitely gonna have to do something, man.
I
I've been
had
wanting
that
to do walkabout mini golf, Daimyo, all that
you
good stuff.
let me know. I will add you when we're done. Because in
Hey,
fact,
I'm
you know what?
downloading Bridge Crew to my PC. I don't have the VR, but I'd love to
need
play
it.
with you guys.
Okay, because I had it on PSVR and I don't have my PSVR hooked up anymore, and I'm not spending $600 on PSVR 2. So I'm going to.
Yeah, plus you got to do a $30 upgrade for Star Trek Bridge Crew to work on PS5.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just spend $30 and get it on the Quest. Say that for me.
Same.
Say that for me again, Axel.
Should be Axel 1324. Let me get my Quest app out while you're at it too. You know,
Please don't pull the goggles out.
don't hate on the goggles.
Talk about these
I
goggles.
spent more time in this. You know, Half-Life Alex. I was living in these goggles.
I'm playing Ultra Wings 2, and I am thoroughly enjoying it.
Ultra Wings too. Okay, yeah, I saw that on the ads. Let's see, gaming apps,
People.
MetaQuest.
Axel 1324. So there's two of them. There's Axel 1324 and Axel 1324 Gaming.
This one should just be Axel. Yeah, it should be just Axel 1324.
All right, I'm following that one. If your
Let's
app
see.
doesn't pop up, then I got the wrong one.
Silk Slayer wants to follow you. Confirm.
Silk Slayer.
I have no idea
No.
who Silk Slayer
The-
is.
oh,
I
Silk
accept
or
everybody.
Sick?
Silk
SIK
Slayer's
Slayer?
a normal person in the chat.
Yeah, I know
He's
who
been
Six
around.
Slayer is.
Yeah,
So
he's been around.
you should have gotten mine.
And let's see if when it pops up, whenever Meta
this-
says it, you
is
got to
this
make
you
it through
with
the
the-
bots. Got to get some ads
Is this-
first.
Is this you with the blue lady avatar?
Not a blue. It's a green dude with a yellow
Then it's
hat.
Axel 1320. Okay, so it's Axel 1324 Gaming is your quest. Now you should get it.
Ah, there we go. He
Yeah.
requested to follow me.
It's Axel.
Yeah.
It's at Axel 1324 Gaming. All right. We're now following.
Yeah.
Got it.
All
All
right.
right. Just helping you out, Axel.
Thank you.
Okay. Brian.
Yeah, so
says
follow me
good
on
night.
Meta, Axel 1324 Gaming, everybody.
Yeah. And do not forget about the rest of our great Gamers United Guild channels. Tomorrow, we have the dual threat at 8 p.m. of Go Game Go, Open the Mic Night, and Spooky, the breathtaking gamer with the backlog bastards with him and Charlie Hustle. At 9:30, it is DJC Game Studios, if he is still hanging out. with Retro Advisory Board, if he's still hanging out, and Geekstorian, who went to bed, with Amico Forever. And then on Thursday, we have a bunch of things going on Thursday. We have They Said We Said Gaming with Beyond Them Sticks. We've got 4GQTV with Brother Carlo and company. And on Friday, 8 o'clock, Axel 1324, Doggy Dog, and Princess Zelda, the iconic video games podcast. Definitely want to check that out.
Right.
Saturday, we got the Evercast, and we've got in the morning and in the evening, it is the Dragon's Den with 108 Dragons TV. On Sunday, we got the Flamish Experience at 2 o'clock, and then we got TXR finishing out great Xbox talk on Sunday night. Monday is Astro Smashed with DJC Game Studios, and then Tuesday, Retro Renegades at 7 p.m., and then we'll be back at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard for another great episode where hopefully we won't have to talk about this frickin'... You know what? We'll have Axel back on and he can talk about Halo Season 3.
There you go. It is coming out next week.
There we go.
Tuesday.
That's right.
Perfect. So, until then, have a great week, everybody. Great show, guys. Thank you both for coming on. Peter, as always, the best.
Oh, quick shout out to Dragon $5 super chat. Safe to say, Gamers United Guild, you guys house a lot of gamers and constant content every single week with literally no days off.
We're like a TV station.
That's right.
So, thank you, Brother Yobi.
That's right.
And thank you again for all the memberships that you gifted to our gaming family. It's huge. We love you, brother. So we'll see you next week. Probably see you this week for some gaming streams. Pick up a controller, get some gaming in yourself. See you soon. Play on, gamers.
Game on.
Bye, everybody.
You gonna say goodbye, X?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Sorry,
He'll be back.
He fell asleep.
No, I wasn't sleeping, bro.